And there we are. As usual, I have no idea how long the stream has already been going by the time YouTube tells me that something is up and running, but judging by the wiggly icons on screen, I'm assuming for a while. This is fine. Nothing of particular interest happened beyond Dev going, I don't like any of you. I don't want to play games. Which we already knew.
Sounds about right.
Remember, when Dev turns into a murder hobo, that he's going to go after Arch first. That's why we got to be nice to Dev now. Otherwise, when Dev, finally snaps, we're going to get it.
Finally snaps. I've always said Dev will probably be the next to betray.
He's gonna go bad. He's gonna start like gunning down people with his Canadian guns.
Do Canadians have guns?
I don't know. He might be too busy eating.
Listen, in between
He's like,
meals.
I can't betray you. It's allotted dinner time.
As Dev enters the school.
I'm pretty sure the Canadian government allows guns to be used.
Listen, Hans, he'll enter the school locked and loaded, and then he'll look at the time and be like, God damn it.
He'll walk up to the lunch lady, it's like, look,
gonna have to
it's
reschedule.
about to go down if this food's not good.
It's gonna go down anyways. Dev just needs to get through all his meals.
You've got 30 minutes to leave the building. That's how long I have to spend eating.
Pray I do not find the soup unwanting.
Cafeteria lady, you're alright. Don't come back from break.
Now, last episode, you wandered around. Dev brutalized innocent people for no particular fucking reason, beyond sightseeing, I guess. Everyone else watched as Dev brutalized people for no particular reason, urging him to kill them as well, which was not very nice. And you came out of it none the wiser. Then you returned home to base, and you found a weird traveling rat who claimed to have come from Port Pungent. And a wise Disco asked the obvious question, why are you here? This is basically Mexico.
I believe Kibbs
like
is the
our
one
settlement
who
is shit.
insisted that we press further.
Press further. Where are we
I
getting?
think
Oh,
I
yeah, the map.
initially asked the question.
You did. No, you did. I'm just saying, but Kibbs is the one who's like, no. We need to figure out where he's from.
I'm like, but this is shithole. Why would you come here?
This all happened during reports, so my mind blanked everything. So we did a thing.
Like, I did that?
I don't remember what I did. We did a thing.
I saved the day. That's
we
what
went
happened.
somewhere.
Okay.
Dev almost killed something. That I remember Dev almost killing something and me having a mild heart attack during that.
Dev almost attacked and murdered said rat that ended up being mind controlled by Safor.
Okay, and then we're at what town are we next to again? It's south. I know it's south west.
West. I forget.
Southwest on the river. Because there's a bend in the river that goes east and west. We went west, which is further into the empire.
The city is not Borkham's, because I would really love to center the entire campaign around Borkham's, honestly, because I just like saying
simply
Borkham's.
Point out you're the GM, and I'll leave it at that.
You can make any contrivances you want to railroad this.
We went to
Very well. You've lost your
right
fucking
back
way.
on the tracks
You're in
you
Borkham
go.
now.
For some reason, the Empire has decided to relocate its capital to Borkham. I couldn't tell you why. They just did.
I do like the name Borkham. It's just a good name for a city, you know.
Kyle, apparently Hans is really quiet.
All right, Hans. Hold on a sec.
Why am I quiet? I didn't change anything.
I know you didn't, but I'm going to edit things. Hans, speak, please. Oh, let me move that back.
All right, I have spoken.
Hold on. Do it again. Oh, you are quiet. Wow, you are significantly quiet. Again.
Test.
Once more.
Test.
That's better.
Disco. Perhaps meow instead.
Disco, you speak while I have this open.
Yan.
Speak, Gibbs, Gibby,
why is that so loud?
I was doing this to him the other day, and he was getting really annoyed because I was like, Gibbs. He's like, stop it.
Whammon. All right, there. That's acceptable. There.
Oh yeah, and then we also found out when we interrogated mind-controlled rat that Safor captured everyone from what was the initial port's name? I always forgot.
Or pungent.
Yeah, Pungent. Okay, sorry. I don't. For some reason in my head I thought Pungent was Help It. No. Yeah,
Help it
captured
is
all of them and
pungent,
sent
yeah.
hundreds of his little sweeper agents out.
Port pungent. Oh yes, that's what I was remembering to do. While I was mad making my reports and having a tantrum, I remember that I'm going to draft up official titles, and then I didn't do that. All right, we're gonna be doing that. Titles, handing out titles. We gotta have a proper clan if we want to really roleplay it. Dev's like Master of Spies. We'll have to come up with like a really cool name for that.
Master Chef.
Master Chef. That was another character. Or wait, no, that was a previous version of the same character.
No, he's still the same character. It's just
Wait, yeah,
God
Dev,
intervened and gave him a class change.
the master chef.
I can still cook, yes.
Good. We can work that into your titles. We have to be retarded with these absurd titles. I thought this could be a
so
fun
basically,
idea.
the supreme commander of all things I see and touch. Shit
Yeah,
like that.
essentially. We'll do that. We'll do that in between sessions, and then we'll announce the titles next stream. That'll be fun.
Kyle, you should show them the art.
There's more new art. Is it safe for work?
This Frazzle one.
I already showed them that.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, that was the previous stream.
No, you showed them the other two.
No, I've showed this art yesterday, or not yesterday, last time.
I think she's just wanting an excuse for you to put them
No,
up again. At
It-
the very
I
least.
don't think that you
Hands is
did.
correct. We have shown this before.
You posted it on the 5th, which was Wednesday. That was the first time you posted it in here.
I'm pretty sure we've seen this before.
You showed Gnarl and Puggles.
I do remember
99%
him
certain.
posting that screen cap on stream.
Speaking of, we do have other fan art as well. Let me go get that.
Oh, that's right. Someone did post something.
Gotta go get it out of my Discord. Fan
I saw that
art.
before stream started.
It's safe for work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With day weather, you never know. Jesus Christ. Cooperate with me, computer. There we go. Posting it in a second.
Some people are saying that you haven't shown it on this channel. You must have shown it on your own channel.
Oh, we've shown this a while ago on that channel. Let's see. When we're showing off all the models we're making with Bathios. Let's see. Wrong Discord. Did
Did you just delete it? You did.
No,
You
I
probably
didn't. I didn't delete it. I just
Well,
posted it in
you
the
don't-
Arch server. I keep forgetting what server this is. I'm in too many servers. There it is.
You're in too many servers.
Yeah.
I'm in 100, Gibbs.
See, I'm in like 10, and I can't stand that. I hate it. I'm like, there's more than one.
Yeah, Dad, you're just a little server slot.
All right, next one.
That's true.
You join anyone's server.
This one's from Daywither, not weather. I squint my eyes with uncertainty at Hand saying it's safe for work, but he said, I want to point out that he said it was.
It is technically safe for work.
We're kiting the lines here. YouTube will come down, crashing down on Arch.
But I'm still technically correct. The best kind of correct.
That's
I've
true.
already had videos restricted because of fully clothed butts, so question marks may be raised.
Question marks will be raised at anything. This, by the way, if you can't guess, chat, is Ludmilla. According to Daywither's, interpretation, we'll call it.
Very hourglassy.
And she's not a vampire.
I can see the fangs from here.
It's totally vampire.
That is your imagination.
She's not a vampire. Just never mind those fangs. She's definitely not a vampire.
Arch retconned that, I know that. He tried to change it. He's like, I'm gonna have like a vampire,
Or
and then
try
we're
to
like,
kill her, then all of a sudden she'll like bite someone, and then she'll get health back, and it's like, no, not vampire, trust me.
no, it's just it's a ability that they get sometimes. It's like,
Okay, Barsh.
Then she starts hissing and then grows bat wings and flaps away. It's like, still not vampire.
Coconut Tackle asks a very good question with that. Where are her organs? That's a good question. They're all in her tits.
They're one of two directions: her tits or her hips. One of the two.
There's nothing in between. I mean, there might be like a few veins to connect everything, but that's about it. The mausoleum.
There we go. I finished making another map in the background. Lovely.
I need to decide what stuff to take. Let me open the RP book. Yes. I have like 600 XP.
Oh yeah, I didn't add my XP. We had 200.
It was
200
200
XP
last session. Because we sniffed out Safour's mole rat.
Okay.
Disco has
3270.
I think I have a fair amount of experience.
Yeah, so do I.
I have
I was thinking
exactly
I might actually
40.
going to the new career, actually.
I should start buying stuff, but I am incredibly lazy. I will do that later.
Am I the only one who spends their XP basically as soon as they get it?
I normally do, but with Christmas and whatnot, I guess I didn't.
I normally wait till it's like 1,000. I'm like, I should spend it, and then it exceeds 1,000. I'm like, I really should spend it.
You're one of those fucking hoarders. Like, this is literally making your character better.
No, it's not a hoarder. I'm fucking perpetually lazy. That's the worst problem.
Yeah, Ursula. Shut up.
How dare you? Now that was
No,
absurd in that
Arch,
campaign.
hold on. He's a late game RPer, okay?
Oh, now you're.
Player.
These
I
are
see.
fighting words. I'm just a
Yeah, I've
late
always
game
been looking
leveler.
for an RP where it needs more fucking skills. And this is one of the arguments I have against Warhammer Fantasies. I love the magic system. The magic system is cool. The combat is alright. It needs more weapons. The skills are pretty cool initially, but there's not enough of them that do enough different things, I feel like. I really loved the very old school Vampire, the Masquerade system, like second, third edition or something, where each pip into a talent, it didn't tell you what you unlocked, it just gave you a vague description of what you unlocked. So like, oh, this is a master's degree in chemistry, and then you had to figure out like, okay, what does this mean? What will the GM allow me to do with this? Like, it encouraged a lot of creativity with the skills, which I thought was really interesting.
The thing is, with that system, if I remember, it's more of a narrative system, not necessarily a combat-focused system.
Yeah, that's the problem, because when you just be like, oh, do whatever with this, it also means like, we didn't make any.
Because from
rules
my
for any of this
understanding, you
stuff much.
actually shouldn't be doing a lot of combat in that system.
Well, yeah.
Depends. Earlier Vampire, not so much. You could absolutely have quite a lot of combat in earlier version of Vampire, but in 5th edition, they basically just removed the entire combat system. Which certainly does complicate matters quite significantly. And then again, it's not that you don't do combat, it's that they've moved the combat over to other retarded things, like the conversational combat, which leaves your character exhausted on the verge of dying. Like, oh, that conversation really took it out of me.
Yeah, I don't want to play with a system like that again.
We should. That'd be
Very
great.
painful system.
Endurance test.
It does accurately represent, though, how tiring it is to talk to some people.
I mean, you think that the party discussions take a while now. Imagine if we actually had to have combat against each other while we were discussing it.
Convince my character to take 2 steps forward.
Otherwise,
I dare you.
Just like, here, let me convince you to set our car on fire.
oh no. Now we're doomed.
An hour later, we're still rolling dice. The entire party's exhausted. Say, we're gonna need to sleep after this conversation.
And we'll continue it in
It's-
the morning.
It's the same problem with goddamn D&D and Pathfinder's rest system. I fucking hate those systems because you're in the middle of a dungeon, there's monsters right behind the next door, and they just start unrolling bedrolls like, yeah, but we're out of spells.
But hang on, we need a snooze first.
Anywho, Dev failed his infiltration of Borkham's. I've just renamed the city Borkham's now, it's Borkham 2. And did not get the fancy dagger. So that's another thing you still have on your to-do list, getting a fancy dagger to try and bribe Camille. Beyond that, you're still wondering a little bit what exactly is going on. You did see increased military traffic along the river, and you did also see a ship bearing an unknown flag, quite a lot of them. A red and white plus a crimson greatsword on the flag. It is currently still, I believe it's morning now, isn't it? Because you spent the whole night playing with the Beastmen, etc. So it's probably light outside by now.
Do we still have the prisoner?
Yes.
Yes, and he's not a prisoner.
Despite best attempts. If I remember right, we were going to go to Albeck because you said there was a warren underneath there that we were going to try to get in contact with because of the thing with Zephyr sending out all those sweeper agents.
Yes, we do want to inform the other dudes.
Did we fail at getting a dagger at this town first?
Yes.
How did we try? What methods did we use?
You tried to infiltrate, and then I forget what exact role ended up not going too well. Or no, didn't you say it was more that they rolled stupidly well rather than you rolled poorly?
I don't
They
recall.
didn't roll particularly well, and they rolled fairly well, so they discovered him as he was beginning his infiltration over the wall.
Right. And none of us wanted to try rolling
We didn't want to.
disguise.
Well, the thing is, none of the parties are terribly good at it.
I could drop a bunch of points in it. I have 300 experience.
Now, the thing is, disguise is based off fellowship for some reason. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone has high fellowship, really, besides Karsnicket.
I don't think it's that
I've
high,
got-
is it?
Yeah, mine is 33.
Then you and I have the same for fellowship. But you can probably get the still ticked, which I can't.
Disguise. I have to look up see if I can get it ticked. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. I mean, it's worth looking into.
Being a sneaky person, like, that should be something that you should look into.
Yep.
Would help.
Sneaky.
I'm just control effing disguise. Who can learn it?
It should be a thing on your career thing. It should say that you can unlock the skill.
I'll learn it when I change to gutter rudder, which is my next class, so I can't get it yet.
Dang. All right.
Alright.
And so the party's plans to infiltrate broke apart once more.
I thought we were going to the Warren.
That's a different plan. I do not recognize it as the original. plan.
Actually, hold that thought for just a second. Me thinking a little bit. Instead of... Okay, so if we go back to our Warren, we can dispatch messengers with missives, right?
Yes, we could in theory do that.
We could do that more rapid for rapid distribution. However, next question. As for Warrens, we know their locations. We have an understanding of the local area.
I don't think we really did any scouting.
Yeah, no, but how does this work? I'm asking Arch, actually, mostly.
The Skaven under Empire tends to be rather secretive. Like, you'll probably know that there's a warren over there. You might not know exactly where, but it's somewhere in the Under Empire. You'll have to find an access point to it, which most Skaven will know.
Okay.
Don't Skaven Warrens have like markings that Skaven can understand?
They do rub their buttholes on things, yes.
Just thinking. All right.
Because part of the reason we went out over here is because we didn't want to break the spell next to our Warren.
That's why we kind of did it by their Warren.
And then since we were over here, it's like, okay, let's try to get the dagger.
Yeah. Well, it was mostly like a thing of convenience, because, well, while we're in the Pacific, we are in the Empire. We could try it again. Next question. If we wait till nightfall, because I assume it's daytime now, could we try again? And I assume nightfall, we get like some sort of environmental bonus for daytime, I assume?
Nighttime, you mean?
It's nighttime.
You see better than most other races.
So, yes. So that would help Dev. Dev, would you be willing to give it another shot? And this time, instead of just sending Dev in by himself, we should see if we can help him in some ways. Like we could use the conjured rat to try to find out, you know.
You do have Skitterweep, so that could be a way to get around the wall.
Oh, fuck. Why didn't we think of that? Christ on a stick!
I can also climb the wall with Sticky Paw.
Because if you remember, so long as we're out of combat, you guys don't need to roll your magic.
But the thing is, I could skitter leap you past the wall and onto a tall rooftop, so you'd be inside. You wouldn't have to worry about getting past the guards, but you would have to worry about getting out. This is something that needs your consent.
And yeah,
I know, but I'm not gonna make Dev go in there if he doesn't want to. What do you think, Dev?
I mean, I could try it again if I'm being given another shot.
Do you want to?
Sure.
You want me to skitter leap you on top of a roof?
I mean, is there any danger of me being given another shot, Arch?
He could be found, captured, killed, and tortured.
We should skitter leap the entire party on top of like a roof, and then we should be in close proximity so we can get him out. That way he's not going by himself. And that way I can skitter leap him out as well with the rest of us. What do you guys think of that?
It's possible.
I think Gnarl is confident in his abilities to at least buy time for a Skitterweep.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Because I don't really want to send him in there by himself because there's a wall. So if we skitter leap with him, we can keep an eye on him, and so we know where his character is. That way, there's no risk of him actually dying. Well, there's less, minimizing the risks to manageable levels. Okie dokie. Sounds good to me. So I guess we'll wait for nightfall and we'll try to steal that knife one last time then.
Stupid tourist trap knife.
Pretty much.
So much effort going into stealing a mail order knife.
Well, we could steal something a little higher end. Hopefully.
Who knows? Maybe we can get a tourist trap axe.
I mean, as long as it's convincing, I don't think it matters, you know?
Fancy Empire stuff. That's the stuff we're really after.
Yes. Grab as much as you can.
Nara looks at his arms. He can grab a lot.
That's true. Okay. But before we get nightfall, I guess, do I see any particular houses or structures? Or do we need to get to like a better vantage point from where we are now?
You see trees.
Okay. I guess we'll look for a higher area to view or some sort of clearing that we can see over the wall. Somebody climb up a tree, I guess, to find one. Sticky Paws boy.
All right, I guess I'll Sticky Paws my way up the tree.
What would that be? I guess scale sheer surface would be the closest skill equivalent.
Well, don't everybody do it, because otherwise increases chances of people falling. And he's got Sticky Paws.
He does. He has the spell for it.
You grant yourself the ability to walk or crawl upon walls and ceilings at a speed equal to your normal movement characteristics. I don't even need to roll for it. There's no more scaled surface. It's just I walk up it.
Oh, just like a plank.
Yes, but if I make the tree a few 100 feet, it'll run out before you're at the top. All right, you can roll perception.
Okay. Let me just re-find it. Here we go.
It's near the bottom. Say that's a decent roll.
Pretty good.
Okay. You climb to the top of a tree. You can see a wall. You can see a bit of the port area, but the wall hides most of the interesting areas inside. You could stay up in the tree for the rest of the day until nightfall, and maybe you'd get a bit more of an idea. Like, the view isn't great from here.
Okay. But can we see at least a building that Kibbs could teleport us to?
Yes, you just have to get Kyle up the tree.
Well, I can do it too, so
Oh, you can skitter leap.
I think I can.
Oh, that's
you have that?
excellent.
Can I? Yes, I can actually. I can skitter leap.
Can you skitter leap more than just yourself?
You teleport yourself or any one ally within 12 yards.
Excellent.
It's the same spell as yours. I can do it too.
That's fantastic because that means we have
It goes faster.
much more
Yep,
maneuverability.
So I could just go back down, teleport you guys up the tree, then climb up the tree myself.
That works, right, Arch?
Teleporting someone up an area with branches.
I thought we were going over the wall, not up a tree.
Nope, we're on a tree right now.
Well, why do we all need to go up the tree?
We need to
Because
be
we're
within
going to
12.
teleport you from the tree inside the building, from the vantage point that we have, because it has to be line of sight.
You have to be 12 yards within the caster. And I assume the tree is, well, I assume it's taller than 12 yards.
Yes. Presumably. So, Arch, I guess that's what I'll do. I'll climb down, I'll skitter leap everybody up into the tree, and then I'll climb back up.
Okay. Skitterlip everyone up into the tree. Half the party perishes with branches sticking out of their bodies.
That's not how it works.
That's
Oh,
pretty much how it fucking works, yes.
We're all dead. Ugh. I failed on the right. Dev's like,
Oh,
I am
correct.
the leader.
No, it says if there's obstructions, the spell fails.
Okay, the spell fails. You have to make a fucking platform or something up there.
Yeah, there has to be at least 2 yards of obstructions.
Hold on.
To be
no
fair, if we wait
obstructions.
till night, the
Hold on.
guards on the walls have torches, right?
Yes.
Well, then we can see where they are on the walls and just skitter leap onto the wall.
Oh, I have one other
they
idea. From the tree, can you see any elevated positions? Like a plateau?
Inside the walls?
No, outside. Something that might
Oh.
overlook the walls from a distance.
Like a hill?
Yeah, hill up. Cliff or
Do
something.
I see a hill, Arch?
Not really. Not large enough for the city. The city has walls for a reason.
No vantage
So
points.
Yeah, there's no vantage points. Okay. So I guess you guys can try to climb up.
Yeah. We'll find out how good that goes. What's the... Okay, if we climb and we're not under duress...
Wait, do we still have the rope? Because we could send Dev up with the rope, and then we could use the rope to help
Oh
us
yeah,
climb
just
and
use
get
the
up.
rope. Derp.
I
Good
think I have
idea.
a rope. Hold on. Do I
I
have a
know,
rope?
I still have rope on my character sheet.
I think
so we
you
give
have the
Dev
rope.
the rope. He uses sticky paws to climb up, and then we use the rope to assist us getting up the tree.
Good idea.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. Very well. You have a rope. Dev, would you like to hold the rope the whole time, or would you like to tie it to the tree?
I will tie it off, yes.
Incorrect response.
We all die. Thanks,
What?
Derp. I'm kidding.
It'd be more
Yeah,
fun if you'd have to roll a lot of strength tests.
No.
For whatever reason, Rattata decided that today is the day he would work on Arm Day.
Dev's like, me strong. Not me tie rope.
The rest of you can roll scale share surface, and you'll get a bonus of 30.
Okay.
That's good, I don't need that because I don't have that skill ticked.
Scale shear surface. I do, but I have no strength.
Yeah, it's funny. For me, it's the exact opposite. I have a stupid amount of strength, but because I don't have the skill in it, it's pretty low.
Disco makes it up.
Holding onto the rope for dear life.
Gnarl
Really?
very barely makes it up.
Oh boy.
Kyle, seeing the other two struggle, have decided against trying himself.
After seeing what my role is, I don't think I want to try.
Oh wait, no.
Well, you
did
get
that
a
not-
plus 30 to it.
Oh, that's true. How do you add the plus 30 on into the
No,
system
I-
again?
We'll add it on afterwards.
Yeah, if you wanted to do what I did, I used the little modifier thing, but it's a little wonky because it actually didn't do what I wanted it to do.
Okay, well, we'll see if I if this old gray seer can
Thankfully, it did show the base roll, so
Well, I
we
made
have
it.
a plus 30. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, Kibbs,
And the card makes it up.
Kibbs, you can just skittle leap yourself up.
No, remember the issue is it needs a direct line of sight, and because of
Arch
the
says
branches and
because
whatnot.
there's too many.
Oh, he
Like,
Then
can
how did I do
it?
it?
You walked.
You used sticky paws.
Oh, that's right. I used sticky paws. Shit, I forgot there's a difference.
Listen to a fucking assassin privilege over here.
It's just
What do you mean you can't walk up the wall?
Ratchet sitting in the top of the tree like, no, I teleport up here. We just watch you climb.
Everyone else is like, yes, with your feet.
You following head?
Now, you may wait there in extremely uncomfortable positions until night falls.
I might urinate from atop the position I am. And whoever's below me might have to be brave.
I'm pretty sure we're all roughly the same elevation.
I will climb a little bit higher above hands.
The nighttime comes, and you can begin your infiltration via Skitterleap.
All right. Well, I'll point out the roof to Ratata and be like, there. So, looking at him and make
Well,
sure he doesn't
I
go to
thought-
the wrong roof.
I thought we were looking for a spot on the wall with nobody on it.
Well, if we teleport,
That was my suggestion, so we didn't have to climb up the tree.
Oh,
we couldn't skitter leap up to the top because we'd have to be able to see the flat surface hand, so that wouldn't work.
okay. So is there a building roof that we can see from here, Arch, that we can jump to?
There are building roofs.
I'm jumping.
Okay.
You
Alright.
first.
Well, actually, we have to send you guys first because
They can skitterleap themselves.
yes, but you guys
I'm
can't. So
saying if we're jumping, they've got
Oh, okay.
No, we're not jumping.
Yeah.
At least that's not yet. That comes later.
all right, so Kibbs and I will teleport one each.
Yep.
Across to the roof.
All right. Scrazzle and Gnarl both disappear in loud, stinking clouds of sulfur and reappear in loud, stinking clouds of sulfur.
They're not loud.
And that's the worst of air as they get teleported. It's loud enough.
So notice
Actually,
how
wait.
the narrative building begins.
Actually, no, you're right. They are loud.
How do you know
Yes,
that?
They are loud.
With a sound of inrushing air and a puff of brimstone-scented smoke.
How loud is that? Poof. There.
I would say
Like a
it's at least
strong
loud
breeze.
enough to garner attention.
Okay, it's a howitzer.
are
It's
they?
a howitzer round going off there, according to hands. Boom.
Not exactly what I said.
Well, that's what you got. You're welcome.
Right. Rolling guards. Okay. You have clearly drawn some attention, but there's no alarm bells ringing yet. You can see from your vantage point in the tree that some of the torches turned rather abruptly at the noise, as if going like, "What was that?"
We'll need to wait
In the
before.
wind.
We'll need to. We must wait before we go, cause they'll notice.
Meanwhile, inside the city, there's a Skaven wearing plate armor and another Skaven with a massive Jezile standing forlornly on the roof.
You guys better stealth or something.
I mean, is pitch black? All they'd have to do is lay low.
It is usually how Skaven deal with
Yeah, we're
humans.
like,
Roofs aren't
Goddamn.
illuminated.
Make myself small.
All right, roll concealment.
I think that was a
Is
single die.
I don't know why it rolled a single dice unless the other one went off the page.
I know sometimes it lags a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
okay.
Scrazzle is able to stay still. Null tries to stay still, but in dropping down to the floor, he forgets, I'm wearing armor.
Well, is
That's-
that
that's what-
including the bonus we would get since I don't have any light sources?
Light sources, light sources, light sources.
Nice. Besides, he wasn't trying for silent move. He was just.
He was trying to conceal himself and failed miserably.
In the pitch dark.
Sound still travels, little Carl. Let's see. All right.
Are we on a map?
Yeah.
Or...
Not yet, no.
Shortly thereafter, a window opens up in the house on the street opposite, and you can see a small child looking out of the window, going, Santa Claus?
Shoot him in the head.
The important part, does he actually see? Or is he just questioning the air?
Oh, he
Surprised
seems
it's
to
not
have been
Vasily, to be
startled by the
honest.
noise and just like looking out the window, as a small scared child might, expecting to be eaten by something.
Surprised it's not Vasily.
Physically not here. Hey, this
Okay.
is Vasily's long-lost family.
It's his kid.
Yes, his
Vasily
Empire
Jr..
kid.
But that appears to be the extent of your detection for the moment.
So I'm gonna assume that Kibbs and we have to go to the same roof, don't we?
Yes, we
Okay.
wouldn't want to separate the party.
You could go somewhere else to make things more interesting.
That would alert the same people, though.
That's gonna have to be an acceptable risk.
I mean, we can take that child. I think.
One just
Set
out through
across
the
the
skull.
disco. There's
No.
There's a
I'm
decent bit of
confident we
air.
can win that fight.
All right, I guess we'll go across then.
All right, with two further bumps and clouds of stinking sulfuric smoke, you too appear on the roof. One for the guards, and one for the child.
If she sticks her head out the window again, I'm gonna get my bow out. We'll deal with this now.
The child's perception is rather poor, frankly. As is the guards, as it turns out, and nobody notices your teleportation.
Sounds good. All right. Now, we need to remain here. Dev, you go out and you scout, and then report back here, and then we teleport back up.
All right, so more sticky paws, more swift scamper. I'm going to be getting around this place very quickly. I guess I can use skitter leap if I need to, but I don't want to make noise. So I'm on the lookout for some kind of ornate dagger. Is that the situation?
Ornate dagger. Yeah, if you only end up finding like fancy Empire gear, that should suffice.
Yeah,
As
something
much
shiny.
fancy
Something shiny.
fancy Empire stuff I can carry. Okay.
But without, obviously being too
Shiny
much.
trinkets.
But yes. The minute something goes wrong, immediately head back here.
Right. So I'm going to be looking for weapons shops, armor shops, maybe noble houses, things
And
like
then
that.
from my position, I want to look out back onto the land outside of the city and determine a location which to teleport back to.
All
In
right.
worst case, we can just be bottom of the wall. But yeah.
Well, no, we'd have to be on the bottom of the wall. We'd have to do that. The worst case scenario is we'd have to teleport to the wall and then off the wall.
Oh, also, I would also like to prep Pell to the Assassin, so when I'm standing still, I have the chameleon effect.
Mm-hmm.
Prepping all the spells before I go.
I do want to prep one spell if I can. That's just a teleportation, like for 2 people if I can. Depends on how much time we have. So I can make
Any
it
bright
snappy.
flashing lights scatter across the city?
That doesn't matter. We can just keep skitter leaping until we're out of distance, even if they do find us. But it's important that no one gets left behind. No squeaker behind.
All right.
All right. Roll concealment and silent move, Deb.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Might
Uh-oh.
need to use today's fate, I think.
With a loud clap.
I guess it's time to use my fate then. I'll try silent move again.
Come on, dice gods. Cruel.
Yeah. All right.
That's unusual.
I'm a bit noisy. Okay, here's concealment. And that's 13 if I'm not moving. So I'm loud, but I can't be seen.
Better than being seen.
I would have preferred that to be a fail here too. It's a glowy. Yes.
Woo! Play some noise.
Dum, dum, dum.
All right. So he's a loud infiltrator, but he's using the shadows to his advantage. So you can track Dev's movement by the various windows opening and people shouting at their neighbors to keep it down.
Causing quite the
Yeah,
disturbance.
we know
It's so
what he
weird. It's
is.
like the neighbor that just told the other neighbor to be quiet is now causing ruckus for their other next door neighbor.
This
It's
chain
weird.
reaction in the city will be our undoing.
Nah, best case scenario there, we start like a gang war because it's like one gang pissed off another gang because they opened their windows too loudly.
All right. Eventually, you might find a shop worth visiting. Roll perception. Or maybe not. Right.
All right.
Dev spends quite a bit of time running loudly around the rooftops. He seems to be of the same opinion as Kyle. It's like, oh, it's dark outside, and that means sound doesn't carry. Stomp, 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 stomp.
At least he's based. Better than being cringe.
The shingles are thrown around. It's not that big of a failure. He just crushes a few shingles beneath it. He continues to make noise for an extended period of time. Eventually, Kyle, you discover a group of guards moving down in the streets below, like 4 or 5 of them with torches and man catchers. What do they call them? Like not man catchers
Thing
like
catchers.
the Skaven variant, but the you know the ones they used to catch animals in like the Crocodile Hunter before he got killed by a manta ray. The things with like a rope at the end.
I mean, kind of cringe that they're doing that, but alright.
Rope catchy thing. DuckDuckGo gives me no explanation for what rope catchy thing might be called. Most unfortunate.
Just call it a man
They're
catcher.
adding their voices to everyone else shouting, telling people to get the hell back indoors and stop shouting.
Okay.
It's going to become quite the goddamn ruckus, really. But eventually, Dev does discover a tourist fraud store.
Excellent.
Now, Dev, how are you going to get
God.
inside?
Go and
So
steal
wait,
some cute cat.
Tourist fraud store?
Yes.
If you
So
remember when
place-
he described the daggers, he said that these are daggers basically designed as tourist traps.
Right. Okay. I still don't have any kind of unlocking. Like, I don't have an unlocking kit. We were gonna buy one, but we never did. I don't think there's a skill for it either, is there?
Dev stands outside the door like the proverbial poor kid at the cookie shop. Says, want to be inside.
Should have thought about this, Dev.
Actually, hold on. Will Skitterleap work through glass?
I think that's an obstruction.
No, just line of sight, not obstruction.
It is line of sight.
Through glass.
Yeah.
Possibly.
To any location that you have line of sight to. I must be able to physically see the location. Okay. The obstruction can't be there where I land, but I can go through glass.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably skip a leap through that.
All right, so I'll skitter leap inside the shop.
Another loud explosion. Implosion, actually.
And what do I see inside the shop?
All right. You appear in the middle of the shop. You see around you several the cabinets currently quivering from the air pressure. You see several cabinets containing tourist knickknacks, daggers, and stuff like that. Kind of the thing that you were looking for, in fact. Most of them locked inside of their own glass cages. I suppose those display cages things.
Right. So, if I'm poking around, are they? Hold on. Are they out in the open, or are they in like glass cases?
They're in the glass cases.
Right. Okay. And they're all going to require lock picking as well, right?
Or the applications of a pickaxe.
Actually, can I check behind the counter, see if the keys are there?
You can. Roll perception.
My God, he did it.
All right. You go behind the counter and you start rummaging around for a little while, seeing if you can find any way to unlock them. You do eventually find a desk, which appears to be the like the cashier's register, kinda, and it
Yep.
has a little thing on it. Jesus, English is failing me today. Opening thing. Thing. Let's go. Help. Thing that opens.
Keys?
Key?
Keys.
No. You put things
Keyhole.
in it. No.
Draw?
Drawer. There you go.
Oh my God, that's
Okay.
what we're trying to fucking say. Oh my God.
He has a hard time, guys. Okay, be nice to Arch.
The thing that you put things in.
You mean a bag?
Goddamn Barch, I tell you what.
A little drawer, yes. It too is locked, but it's a flimsy little piece of like light wood. You could probably crack it open quite easily.
Okay.
What you also see, though, out of the periphery of your eye, is a light beginning to come down underneath the door. You can see it just under the crack of the door, and you can hear steps on the stair creaking.
Okay. So I'm going to climb up onto the ceiling right above the door.
You're gonna pickaxe him, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're gonna pickaxe-
Brodsky, no.
No.
Eh?
I'm assuming.
The-
Okay, I'm
the
assuming
door
it's just the
opens?
shopkeep, so I'm just going to knock him out.
The door opens, and in comes a burly-looking, deviant-looking man. A man living off scamming poor innocent tourists. He's cursing in a language you can't understand as he looks around the room, like holding up the light to see what presumably fell down in the middle of the night to make all this goddamn ruckus.
All right, and I guess I'll just I'll jump down on him, pickaxe first. Blunt side of the pickaxe first.
Just kill him. He's human.
Wait, if he can't see anything, he'll just leave.
Actually, that's true. You know what? We're not coming back here, so I don't care. I'm just going to kill him.
Jesus, okay.
I love you, Deb.
Watch, this guy's like cousin or something is gonna swear vengeance upon the thing that murdered his family member.
All the best part is we're killing him over like a useless like fake bauble. That's what gets me.
All
Yeah,
right, roll to hit.
Come on, Dev. Come on, Dev.
Alpha strike bullshit.
All right, and you needed a 51 plus the surprise of 30, so that's a hit. Roll damage and location.
Come on, Dev. Ooh. Oh, that's damage.
That's damage.
That's damage. What's location again?
Just roll another D100.
Yeah, D100.
Okay. It's not working. Oh, here it is. I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna roll it. There it is, yeah.
49.
49. So you hit him in the left arm, and you bury your pickaxe in his left arm, and it's very painful, oddly enough.
No, it's not.
Does he scream? Wait, is that the arm holding the lamp?
No, it's left arm. He's not left-handed, fucking deviants.
Wow.
Okay.
Racist.
If there's any group of people that could be genocided handily, it's probably the left-handed. I'm just
Wow.
saying.
Start him, yeah. Get him.
They are
Get him.
cripples.
We must get him.
They're
Oh.
basically cripples, I agree.
Wow.
Well, did I kill him?
You did not kill him, as is evident by the screaming noises.
You should just
Oh, God.
hid. You're a stealthy rat. If you stand still, nobody can see you.
Disco, where's
Okay,
the
can I-
fun in that?
Okay, can I just hit him again?
Beat the shit out of him, Dev.
You do have surprise.
Wait.
All right. Here we go.
Anything to not have me fucking paint out a fucking battle map of a fucking storefront.
Wait, that didn't. Okay, I accidentally rolled it on off the thing. Here, I'll roll again. There we go.
I swear to God, if you missed this.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
you missed.
Roll location and damage.
That's actually really lucky because the one that I rolled off the thing was like in the 90s.
Oh my god.
Okay, location.
Somehow you hit him in the leg. I'm going to
Okay,
assume
in the
upper leg.
now. For 4 damage. Okay.
Well, 10 because there's +6.
I don't think he's wearing armor, Arch. Actually, his pajamas is full
You
plate.
don't think he's wearing armor.
Look, for some
Could be
reason
wearing
he
armor.
decides to wear plate mail when here for his
Hey,
pajamas.
cloth is like one armor. He's wearing fucking armor. Fuck you.
I had 8 the first time and 10 the second time. Does he have more than 18 HP?
No.
Okay.
I would hope not.
Now
That'd
I
be pretty
need to
scary.
roll for critical wounds. Did you kill him, or is he still screaming, Deb?
I don't fucking know. Tell me.
Oh God, where's the critical chart in this new UI? Okay, there, tables. Critical leg, +6. All right. You kill the shopkeep. First, you crush his arm, which causes the screaming to begin. Then, dropping down further, you sweep his leg out from under him, hitting him right in the knee with the pickaxe. The screaming continues as you keep hammering down on him until he's a bloody, garbled wreck on the floor. Many thwacking noises later. You look up, wipe the sweat off your brow, and hear a soft "Daddy" behind you.
Ooh, child slave.
The screaming grows louder.
That might be better than a trinket. We're bringing
I don't
an
think we can
authentic
give a
child.
I don't think we
Well,
can give a slave as a gift.
Hold on.
Also,
Why not?
the problem is I can't teleport him out, and I can't get the thing and also get him out of here. It's an impossibility. That's too much.
Just kill the child.
Yep. Pickaxe to the head, Arch. Here it goes.
Jesus Christ.
Time for some abortion.
It's
All right,
a bit of a
roll
wait
location
term
and
one, but
damage.
you know it can be done.
Dev, you're a Chad. You're a Chad man. I want you to know that.
46. It's arm or something. Jesus, the child lives. Okay.
What the fuck?
All right,
Terrible
I'll get
bad.
him again.
be fair, he did roll absolute minimum damage.
Is that a hit?
All right. No, that's a miss.
Oh my god. Ended suffering.
Wait, his target number is 15, or 59, and you rolled a 53.
I said, oh, 59. Yeah, never mind. Yes, that is a hit then.
You should have just
All right.
stolen it. You think how happy he'll be with free child. Much better than Trinket.
We could give him Dead Child.
You really hate legs today, Dev.
Right.
Make it
okay,
nice and
that's-
slow for the child. There you go. That's what you get.
Critical leg plus what? Plus lots. And he's probably dead. Right, another poor innocent soul has been consigned to the afterlife. It's been about 10 seconds of bloody violence at this point. The screaming has been loud at this point as well. You can practically hear the tromping in the streets right now.
The
Okay.
At
door's
this
locked.
point, just grab shiny shit and leave.
Head
Yep, I know what I'm
upstairs.
doing.
Yep.
Do I know? I assume Arch. They're going to come around the corner, look in the windows, and see me.
Well, it depends.
They're not
Okay.
gonna be able to see very well in the dark.
That's true.
Make sure you
But
snuff
the-
out that lantern.
Actually, no. I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to go to the case with the most expensive looking, to my eyes, dagger.
Oh,
All
Break
right.
it. Break
Roll
it and take it.
evaluation.
Okay. Let's see. Where's evaluation?
that's a skill.
Oh god, that's quite low. Here we go.
Deb, no! Deb, no!
Okay, you go to the cabinet with the most expensive looking things to your eyes.
I'm breaking it open and taking it.
Whatever it is, it'll be a surprise.
Whatever it is. What's in there, Arch?
All right, roll a strength check.
Well, it's glass, right?
Yeah.
I can just hit it. Okay,
yeah,
fine.
You'll
Strength.
break it. I'm just wondering if you'll fuck it up.
Okay.
Poor Disco.
Right. You start pickaxing this shit, like just hammering it. Just smack, 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 smack,
At this
smack.
point, just fucking burn down the place with the torch he was carrying.
That's what I'm going to do next. I'm burning this house down.
You grab just a handful of whatever's in there. You just grab it up and shove it into whatever pockets you've got by the handful. Mid grab, you're standing there with like a handful of trinkets as you look up towards the window, a light flooding in. There's a small band of guards just staring into this bloody carnage with their torches, just looking at this thing mid grab. And there's a moment of just absolute silence there.
All right. I am running to take the lamp that was knocked over. I'll take the lamp. I'll heave it over my head, and I'll throw it directly at the door.
All right, roll ballistic skill.
That's not under skills.
It
BS.
is. It's at the top.
Top.
Oh, right. Okay.
BS. Bullshit.
Right.
That is what he rolled.
A very good throw. You pick up the lantern and you heft it with both skill and speed, smashing it handily against the door. I mean,
Yep.
it's a lantern, like 5 milliliters of fucking oil in it. The conflagration is not quite as you expected, but it's certainly something.
It is
Well,
a fire.
I want it to start burning the building down.
See, this is one of those things where I have to raise objections. Like, wood doesn't burn as easily as people think it does.
Okay, fine. I'm sure there's like paperwork behind the desk. I'll start throwing that into the fire.
So I get this straight. So these guards just see this rat thing, throw a lantern at the door and breaks, and then it's like, oh shit, it's not burning. I'm gonna run over there and start throwing paper on it too.
Yes.
Yes.
And whilst all of this is going on, the guards, eventually managing to gather their own minds, break the window.
Okay. Once they have like an arm in the window, I'm running through into the guy's back house to try and get to like the second floor.
Oh yeah, and they don't use their fucking arms, Dev. Like, they're wailing at it with their staffs and halberds and shit. Like, they're breaking this stuff down. They're coming through.
I'm running up the stairs.
Right. Dev turns and zooms up the stairs.
Wait, hold on. How much of a fire has started in the building?
Not much. I mean, it's not going to burn shit down.
Well, with the paper though.
Hold on.
With the paper
Arch,
that you
roll
threw at
dice
the
in the
skeleton
background.
group.
If we leave the city and we look behind and it's a burning city.
We sail away and the whole city is on fire.
Yeah. You never know. For some fucking reason, maybe Ulrich's
Oh,
fury.
no,
It's
I
like,
died.
no, this shop deserves to burn.
So my intention is to
Oh
run
my
up
god.
the stairs to a second floor window and then jump out to the nearest building across the way
Oh,
using
my
Skitter Leap.
God. Oh, that was too funny. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt so bad.
Taking whatever I have back with me. That's the plan, Arch.
Okay.
I'm looking
Well,
forward
first
to
and
all these
foremost-
fucking really cheap daggers that he grabbed.
And don't worry.
Right. So the guards rush into the building, and they have a moment of truth there. As they look towards the now open door with the tail disappearing up the stairs. They look over to the fire, and they decide to go after the Skaven, whilst leaving one person behind to shout for the fire brigader.
It'll be too late for them. Like, no.
Bring a bucket. Bring a bucket.
And they trip. Ooh.
Right, so you're up on the roof. They're following you. It's going to take you a turn to cast Skitter Leap. Oh god, the length. Oh. Right, calculating the how long is a stair 2 flights up? I mean,
Don't
It's a
be
few
a
seconds, isn't it?
baby barge.
Well,
If you're running it,
If you're actually booking it, you can clear a staircase in a couple seconds, if that.
it's
Yeah.
probably quick, yes. Which means that the guards will probably catch up. Yes, I agree.
Like, vroom.
that's assuming they're not tripping over the corpse.
It's also
Corpse is.
assuming that they're not slipping on the blood too. Can't forget about
so
the blood.
I have one. I have one turn to cast the spell, and if I fail, I'm dead. Or I could literally just keep running and running up walls and
The
jumping
thing
across.
is,
Yeah.
you're an assassin. I would say at least try to get to a point where you can safely do that.
You could run
Yeah.
run behind a door, run under the ceiling, and then as they run into the room, then crawl through the door and leave, and they would never know.
Or
Most
if they
people
would
never
know,
look
They'd
it's
up.
notice,
anyway,
they'd
'cause they're
notice me.
out.
They'd notice me. I think they'd
Well, yeah,
notice
but
me.
at that point, you'd just be able to use your natural running speed to get ahead of them.
Yeah. I'm already on the roof, though.
Just break out of the window, like,
Just
action
climb up
stuff.
the wall.
Like, woo, and then crawl out of the roof. They're not going to be able to
Well,
follow you up there.
Arch already said I'm already on the roof.
Oh, you're on. Okay, well,
You're
there-
on the
you're fine.
roof. You can hear the guards, they're very close behind you. You now have to choose what to do next. You can try to Skitter Leap, or you can try to just do your ninja shit.
Just run, yeah. So, can I? How close is the neighbor's roof? Is it jumpable
pretty
for me?
close. Yeah.
Okay,
probably.
so I can run faster than them. I do already have what's the spell called? I have Swift Scamper on, so I can just run away from them, run across rooftops.
Mhm.
So that's what I'll do.
Okay, Dev makes a run towards the next roof. The rest of you guys can. I mean, the commotion is pretty obvious from where you are right now. Like half a dozen or so roofs down, you can see a small fire beginning in this shop. You can see the guards clambering in through the broken windows, the shouting, the screaming, the little child's noises.
No, there's no little child noises anymore. There's one less.
There are no little child noises anymore.
No, though, there was one across the street from us.
Oh, fuck. Get over there and finish him, girl. No, we don't know we're on a child murdering spree yet. We have to be informed about that.
No, keep talking, Kyle.
Oh, you want me to distract? Got it. Okay. What are you doing?
Also,
You-
I need to look up the fucking jumping rules again.
He's like,
Oh god, he's gonna fall again.
If I remember right, the running jump, it's easier and you get a bonus to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
more of a
just,
leap, isn't it? If he does a running jump, it's a leap.
Because remember the
Mhm.
dainty jump he did that one time, and then Dev tumbled down the
gosh.
cliff.
I fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Almost died because he fell.
I'm not sure it would
That
be
was-
entirely undeserved.
Looking at all the commotion, Nara would just look to Karsnicket. maybe sneaky rats, not so sneaky.
I just look at him.
This stealth rat broken. Maybe we should put down.
Not a muse.
Send him to farm.
Think. Maybe on purpose. Sometimes he does this.
Oh,
So
thank
what you
God.
say
that's a roll.
is slow death. Yes. Painful.
Right. Leaping. Let's see what Kyle's odds of having to replace a Skaven is.
Do you want me to play the Matrix like music, like the woo when when he does the jump thing?
Not aim to do that.
He's the one.
The one squeak.
Gonna touch my bow and be like, "You want I should put down when he comes back?"
No, Bobo.
Can fix.
Need bigger bullet to put down.
Make noise.
I use my staff to bonk her gun like that.
All right. So roll a strength test for me.
Come on, Dev.
It's a strength test for a weeb?
Yes.
Wait, is it a strength? I thought it
That
was
was
an
agility.
agility. Yeah, me too. Oh,
Or if the
Movement
rules
plus
say strength,
strength.
the rules say strength.
movement
How
plus
come every
strength.
time I'm half the time I'm rolling now, it's going off the map, even though I'm rolling on the thing. You know, just
Maybe it's a
I'm
bug.
sure it's another valuable upgrade to the system.
Very good.
There you go. Okay, so that's a standard success, which means there's no plus minus. So your leap is your movement modifier. So what's your movement modifier? 5?
I thought his move modifier was 6.
I don't fucking know. That's why I'm asking him.
He's asking him, Dab!
where is it?
XP, I think,
If
right?
you look at XP,
It's M. It's M,
yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
hover over M, it says movement.
Yeah, it's 7.
Okay, so you
Holy
can
shit.
you can leap 6 yards. 7? Oh yes,
Yes.
because spell. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I have a natural 7. I have more with the spell.
Oh, right. of
Holy
course.
shit. How many you... It's like...
Your sheet says improve yourself.
Listen,
Okay, so
Barge, he
that's
is the
an
1/1.
8 then.
What do you mean?
So your basic leap
thanks.
is 8 yards. Oh god, how far is a fucking yard? I hate Americans. I really do.
8 yards, like it's definitely the city street with.
1
8 yards
meter.
is 7.3 meters.
So one yard is a little under 1 meter. So 8 yards will be
7.3 meters.
7 meters. Yeah, that's more than enough.
Now, if it was the main street, Dev might be in a bit of a pickle.
Is it the main street, Dev?
Time to dice
No.
roll. Dev's like, oh shit.
Is it Jeff? No.
I would never.
Me smart dev. Me always use side street. Yes.
Oh, and for the chat wondering, no, there's no super secret map being hidden from you.
Don't worry.
I
This is
didn't
just as much of a
expect
surprise
this to
for us
deviate
as it
quite
is
so
for you.
far.
There's no map. Like, this is an impromptu event. This is
Yes.
fun stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yes, this is
The
theater
blank
of the
Yeah,
screen,
mind.
he's just
we're
supposed
looking
to
at that
sneak in
too.
and out, and then he's like,
Yes.
"I'm gonna start chaos."
When he gets out, it's like you're just supposed to be milk run. Why you fuck up?
What happened to stealth?
Just
The
ignore all the
tiny
blood on him.
little map thing you see in the background there is literally just a thing that I clicked when I was figuring out the program, and it has never disappeared. Ever
It's
since.
been there
It's just
forever.
there.
Yeah, like when we booted up the program for the first time, that little thing was there.
Yeah,
It's in
like
with
look
the
at previous
furniture.
streams. It's been there forever. That's why I covered it up, because I saw people like, what is
Yeah.
it? Oh my god, it's gone now.
I'll
Oh my God, you
make
made
a
it go
new
away.
one.
Oh, did you actually make it go away?
He did. If it's an actual map, you'll see
Oh,
that
hey.
it has like
Crips.
a proper like window
Black
around
Skulls
it with all the
Games.
fancy stuff.
Yes, it's a thing, and I don't know how to remove it. There's no remove background decal button so far as I can see, so it's
So
just there.
It's the fact that the background is actually over some of the frame artwork, which looks horrendous.
Listen,
Yes.
I got this covered, guys. Just oh shit. Well,
Yeah, take the
Sorta.
window and put it over the top of it.
there, problem solved. I don't know what you're talking about, Disco. Barely.
Hold on, I know something better. Okay.
Use some of your loot art of yourself. I'm sure that'll get you.
No.
As he gets demonetized, like, no.
That's the worst part too. You can't use custom art for that. If you could, I would have.
That'd been hilarious. Use the
That's
Megalore art. That would have been hilarious. Oh man, shame.
stupid.
You can only use images. Yes. Hold on. Wait, can I maybe hold on. I think
Use Mayo.
I may have a solution for this.
Use Mayo. He's an image, I think. Yeah.
I may have discovered a
Or sausage.
solution for
Or
this.
Puggles.
I mean, I feel like we're deviating slightly from what was going on here, but such is
Yeah,
life.
it's just Dev
A
dying.
slight
It's
deviation
fine.
from someone screwing up the Shadowrun, yeah.
We
It'll be
don't-
okay.
Oh, sorry, the Rat Run.
And
Gotta stay
there,
in character.
and images, and there, an update, and aha.
My throat is very squeegee. Squidgy
You
scratchy.
know, that's way fucking large. Perfect.
Fuck.
Right, moving on. Dev leaps over the alleyway. The guards behind him are shouting and screaming, wishing they'd brought crossbows, presumably, waving their torches, trying to draw attention to themselves. Off in the distance, you can see the torches on the wall are beginning to move far more rapidly as well, and you can see a general commotion beginning to build up. You can't tell what they're saying, but it sounds suspiciously much like "Alarm! Alarm! Yuden."
So
Ooh.
I'm gonna basically. Am I far enough away that I can actually take a crack at skitter leaping out of the city and I won't get attacked?
We need to play the alarm sound from like Commandos, like the original Commandos.
Because if I am, I'm just gonna jump out of the city and Kib's gonna handle the others.
There's no guards around you right now, and the guards on the other side of the roof don't seem to have any projectile weapons. They're eyeing the gap in between the buildings with a great deal of skepticism. They might decide to try and go for it, and if they do, you're going to get a halberd to the head whilst you're trying. But it's a bit of a leap.
I can just jump the next leap. Like
You can do that
I'm
as
fine.
well?
Yeah, I'll do a few rounds of running till I'm out of their sight, and then I'll jump somewhere. I'll skitter
Okay.
leap out.
How many rounds specifically are running?
Let's say 2.
Okay, roll 2 strength tests.
Wait, what's the strength next for?
For the fucking leap.
Okay,
I
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
You did not have to do that.
Oh no!
He was away, yet he does it anyway.
Hold on. I can just climb back up the wall. It's okay.
Okay, so -5. See, that might still not be a disaster because of how ridiculous his
Base movement
his
is.
thing is. So your base move, your move boosted is 8 -5. So that's still like 3 meters leap, pretty much. Like that's still enough. You still make it over.
He knows he fucked up, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes, like his movement speed is that ridiculous at this point.
And I'll run one more then, and I'll jump.
Let's see the 100.
Nope.
I don't think that's a 100.
And it's not a
Nice.
100. In fact, he leaps so far he falls down the other alley this time.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm definitely out. And unless they're gonna spend 2 turns trying to jump themselves, I'm definitely out of their range.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So at this point, I'm sure line of sight from here, I can probably see trees outside the city. I'll just skitter leap out into the forest.
Okay. First our obstructions. We made this clear, you little munchkin.
Okay. Can I see a spot on the city wall that is unoccupied with a light?
You think you can, judging by their movements and their relative positionings. You figure you can find a spot where you can maybe spend a turn and cast another skid leap.
Well, no. What I'll do, I'll just run down the wall
Down the
with
wall.
with sticky paws.
How will this help you? Oh, the other side of the wall. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be out into the forest. Yes.
I like how
Alright.
Arch. So you're gonna run back into the city.
Nope. I'm out of here. So
So
I'll skitter leap and then I'll run down the wall into a spot where there's no one's around.
All right. In that case, Dev is pretty much home free at this point.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
Oh, if we see him,
Yeah, did
do
we see
that.
him? Did we just see a blur
Then
running
I
past
guess
with the rest of
Gnarl
us
will
going?
turn to Karsnicket. If you get Mimi on wall, I can ensure you two have time to get to wall, then down on the other side.
You get Mimi to wall, I can take care of bad snake rat.
Hey, I still got something.
Touches my bow again. This one defective.
Nope.
Kyle's wandered off to be something else.
I haven't wandered off. I'm waiting.
He's
Well,
contemplating whether he wants to
Gnarl
buy
said
more
his-
time or
Gnarl
have
said
to
his
put
piece.
down.
If you can get him to the wall first, he can at least ensure that you two have time to get over and then get down.
Skitter leaps himself out. Gnarl's like, son of a bitch.
mean,
I'm kidding. That would be a very lore accurate thing to do, but we're not doing that. Just straight you out of the blue. All right. Oh, excuse me. Get my throat because I was eating some chicken. I'm becoming Dev. I'm inspired by Dev. I'm a Dev acolyte now. So,
Excellent.
excellent. Dev Jillian or whatever. I don't even know. But
No, you know what you are? You're a devotee.
that hurt me spiritually.
ban you from the
No,
channel
no,
afterwards.
no.
All right, so we're gonna teleport now. Barge, do you remember I said I prepared 2 teleportations? So Devin Dinko, or Devin Dinko. God damn it! Here, let's use
So
their
that you
actual
can see
name.
Dev.
Gnarl
Notice he's within
and
12 yards.
Scrazzle. Gnarl and Scrazzle. I'll poof them to the wall. A clear spot on the wall, specifically. A spot where there's no torches or there's very few, if any.
Into the waiting hands of the guards they go, yes. Okay, yep. They're off.
Okay. And then I'll poof myself when I'm ready. When I can.
When you can.
Well, there's like a second cooldown, you know?
Yes.
So like immediately
cool.
as soon as possible.
So that's like what, 6, 8 seconds later?
Basically.
Something like that. All right, the two of you are dumped unceremoniously onto the wall, surrounded by enemies on all sides.
Whoops.
As the Grey Seer stands back on the roof. Now the question is, will he help? Or will he use this opportunity to flee? Okay, let's see. How fast do the guards
Yeah,
react?
we've got some fun art if you want to put something on the screen.
Is it lewd?
Vanguard is back and is making funnies.
What a good little Dan.
Santa.
I'll post it in the
Yeah.
back. Lol. Child gets murdered. Please tell me it's like just a young child, you know, they're just so innocent. And then they're dead with a pickaxe. We need to be violent. We're evil, by the way.
I don't know why we didn't just take him the child as a gift.
I mean, he's not a map. He's just a Russian.
Come from Empire. Authentic, yes, yes.
Authentic Empire
I am
child.
sick fuck, it is true, but I'm not this.
I am sick.
The guards do not react particularly swiftly, so Kyle has time to skittle leap himself onto the wall as well.
Mm-hmm. And then I prepare a spell to just get to leap all three of us from the wall.
Okay.
Listen, I'm too lazy. I was just gonna do it in one go. I'm sure and confident in
We're
Gnarl's
just
power.
gonna give the guards 3 turns then. Good. I'm gonna find.
Gnarl?
If it's
No.
within 12 yards, like I can ensure they don't get that close.
Gnarl's like, I will
Within
keep
12
them.
yards.
Because that's what you said the spell's distance was,
Gnarl
right?
marches off and
Yeah.
to stand defiantly in guard of his master.
12, specifically 13 yards away.
13 yards away.
Just one extra.
There's a radius outside he's not willing to go.
There he stands bravely. None shall pass. Unfortunately, this time the Balrog has crossbows.
Oh shit. Absorbent and
bribes.
porous
There's
is.
a firing line of guards line up on the wall like... All right, Gnarl. Let's hope that armor of yours is up to scratch.
Porcupine Gnarl, here we come.
Fucking hope so.
All right. A hail of arrows comes your way. These are just city guards. They can't have crossbows. That's too fancy.
We got you that good armor for a reason.
And they're clearly not particularly well trained in the handling of their bows either, as 3 of the arrows just fires off into the city, off into the forest, and 1 off into orbit. But 1 of them has spent more than the bare minimum amount of time at the firing range, and strikes you in the head. Good.
Well, it doesn't matter where he hit me. The armor is still 6.
I miss the old, good old-fashioned double damage to the head, but it's so easily abusable too.
It is. As you've discovered, I'm glad.
Then I started shooting my players in the head, and they started making whingy noises. Like, wait, hold on. Yes.
Players start dropping
All
like
right.
flies.
That's 7 damage to the head.
All right, then I guess I just take 1.
A nice
The arrow
scar.
scrapes off his helmet.
Like that, gonna leave a slight bruise.
Because you said that toughness can't reduce damage to 0, right?
Yes. Only armor can.
1 damage will always slip through.
Unless it's armor. Like, if you've got enough armor to stop all of it, then you're good. But
I
toughness
guess
only
since they do
reduces-
that, if I like roar at them, would that actually do anything? I don't know, will it intimidate?
Maybe.
Given they've all just missed as well.
Gnarl gets ready to roar, then disappears in a cloud of sulfuric smog, appears back on the ground, shouts. The trees are very intimidated.
Good. Naro knows. Trees won't fuck with them.
Right, you're back out of the town. I would suggest beating a hasty retreat.
And then a dev.
Yep, we're all just run back as the friends we are.
Have we come across Razasa again?
Yes, Dev. He's probably back on the boat at this point.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I'll make it back to the boat early and I'll just start eating. I'll eat all the food we have.
Alright.
I hope not, because if you remember, it took us 3 days to get out here.
Oh, all the rations are gone. Darn
That
to
said,
be
though,
honest.
there is one way you could remedy that.
We can eat.
Because never forget, Skaven are not too picky about what they eat.
Are we back in the boat yet?
Right. The guards don't seem too interested in wandering out into the dark forest in the middle of the night, so you don't see any pursuit. You make it back to the boat in one piece.
Very good. As successful as any mission in the Skaven Empire. Specifically, our...
Rat-a-tat-ta.
Good.
What you get? With all ruckus caused, better be good.
What happened, Sneak?
I'll jump up on the table triumphantly, and then empty my pockets
Oh boy.
down onto them.
I guess we gaze upon his bounty.
There are loud and many clanking noises as various objects fall to the table. There's a couple fistfuls of pyrite, fool's gold, as they call it. There's some cutlery, some steak knives, some forks, some stuff like that, all looking ridiculous with the icon of the city on the haft part, obviously. And there are many, many commemorative brooches showing famous local landmarks, if there are famous local landmarks in this place. I'm assuming there's some.
Rather
But,
than get one thing, I got many.
Yes, that's
Squeak,
true.
squeak.
I remind you, person we need to bribe with shinies has wealth their own. We needed specific shiny.
I'll just shrug and say, all sold out.
We weren't
That's so
buying.
true.
We take. Or I should say, you were supposed to take.
And
I'll
snake.
all taken out.
With ruckus caused, I'm sure they were. Sure they were.
It's not my fault.
The thing is, I as a player know that. The thing is, Gnarl thinks you just fucked up. He
As
thinks you
a
fucked up.
player, I
bad.
think he fucked up too. Razzle's just gonna look at you doubtingly. I think.
Well, I'll give everyone a spoon, and I'll say we can celebrate together
Can I
with
like
food.
bop him on the end of the nose with the spoon?
Spoons. Well, spoons are certainly something.
So I'm going to assume, Arch, none of this stuff is actually useful for what we need to do.
Not particularly, no.
Okay, I'm gonna at least put it all in my trappings. What junk did I get?
A
Tourist
fistful of
cutlery.
fool's gold.
Okay, one fistful of fool's gold. Done.
And a set of overly embellished cutlery.
Set of overly embellished cutlery. Okay. So if at one point we ever have to fire a cannon and we have no ammo, we'll just put all this shit in it and fire it.
You could put you in and fire it.
I mean, that is what George Washington did. He ran out of cannonballs, so he used cutlery. It worked out
Yeah.
for him.
And why wouldn't it work out for you? There's no
Exactly.
particular reason.
Yeah.
All right, very well. Your adventure for the time being is over. What are you going to do now that you're back on the boat?
Throw Dev over the side. But how long have we got till we get back to the place?
Well, it would be another 3 days or so of sailing to get back home.
I guess we just head home, eh? Nothing else we can do here. On the horizon as we sail away, does it look like the town's burning down?
Not particularly, no, sadly.
Okay.
The thing is, even if you succeeded, a city that large is going to have fire brigades for just such an occasion.
One lantern is not going to burn down the entire city. You probably managed to burn the wife of the house to death, though, if that's any consolation.
Well, at
Did
least
she
it's
just
not a widow now.
like sleep through all the screaming?
Yeah, she might.
Probably
have not
just
liked
didn't
her
come
husband much.
downstairs. For the best, probably. Until the fire.
All right. Where to from here?
From here, I guess we make our way back to our warren.
Back to the warren.
Wait,
Happy,
What?
happy.
before we get back,
Go ahead.
is our chest, our magnificent locked chest, is still on the ship, right, Arch?
Yes.
Okay, so as a sorcerer, I was able to take a level up that got me the Dispel spell.
Did you get the Dispel spell?
I got the Dispel spell.
The Dispel spell.
Yes.
Good.
And what it does is you cause a spell within 12 yards of you to end prematurely. This can be used to dispel any ongoing spell. You can immediately end the target spell with a successful channeling test. But you suffer a penalty based on the original caster's magic characteristics. The spell has no effect on demons or undead.
That sounds unfortunate.
Why?
I mean, demon and undead would be the very ones you want to use a Dispel spell on.
Wouldn't
Yes.
that be banishment?
I guess
Well,
so, yeah.
Maybe.
So maybe I can dispel the magic lock.
Maybe you can dispel the magic lock.
You guys
Wow.
want me to try?
You can give it a shot.
Worst case, it explodes and we all die.
The ship sinks.
Yeah.
No. Sadness.
The cast number is 13.
That's
Wait, hold
fairly
on.
high
For
for your
you,
die pool.
you don't have the amount of dice. Never mind.
Wait, yes I do.
How many magic dice do you have total?
2.
No, you don't. You can't even make it.
Yes I can.
Magic dice are 6, aren't they?
No, they're 10, aren't they?
That's still
they're
below
10.
50% chance, though. Get more
Yeah, but I
magic
might as well
dice.
try it.
No.
If you can prepare a circle,
Yeah, prepare, and I'll help you prepare. There, we can get some modifiers for that.
then that should make it more than a 50-50.
Good
But again,
idea.
you're going to need more than a 50-50.
Yes. Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? I try to dispel it, it fails, then it's okay. Well, you just continue on the adventure.
Everything
I mean,
breaks.
it bit you last time you messed around with it.
What does
Okay.
it say happens if the spell, or if you fail to dispel it?
It doesn't say anything.
That's just up to the GM.
This box already bit you once, Dev.
Listen, I took
a
this
friendly
spell
box.
just for this. I'm gonna try it at least once.
Can we stop at an island somewhere and leave Dev there to try it, sail out a bit in case he blows
Well, if
up?
they want to make a circle, we have to do that in a secure place anyway.
Just away from the rest of us. No point.
So what do we have to do, Arch? What do we got to do? I mean, we could go into a lightly inhabited area and take it off the ship just in case.
Why would we go into an inhabited area? Why not uninhabited?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, uninhabited. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Go to an uninhabited area, go a little bit into the coast, but only a few feet. Honestly, if it's an explosion that's gonna blow us up, if it's gonna damage the boat at that distance, we're all dead.
Yes.
Just vaporized.
So we can all carry it off, and then Kibbs and I can dance around it and see what happens.
Ooga booga.
All right, you can put down the protective circle and step inside of it.
Okay. Does that need a roll or?
Well, you've got plenty of time to do it, so I'm not going to force you to roll for that. And now you can roll for the actual channeling test, which will be 13, as you mentioned. So you'll need 13 or more.
Hold on. You cause a spell within 12 yards you end prematurely. This can be used to dispel any ongoing spell. You can immediately end the target spell with a successful channeling test. That's just a straight up skill, though, isn't it?
The channeling test.
Yeah, so I just roll channeling.
Is there a channeling skill?
Yes.
Nope.
And it's out of 100. But the 13 is the cast number, which is the magic roll.
If it's based off of Kibbs' stuff, or if it's like Kibbs' stuff, then you roll 2d10s.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I have 2 magic dice, so I would roll 2d10s, but it says you can end the target spell with a successful channeling. Do you have to roll this twice then? 1 magic and then 1 channeling?
No.
I think.
All
I
right.
think you're.
So yeah, there's a channeling skill. So you roll the channeling skill first, then.
This is
Okay.
different.
Oh, then that must be an advanced skill then.
It is an advanced skill, yes.
Okay, then that's why it's
Okay.
not popping.
Here's my channeling. That's not bad.
You did succeed.
But I haven't casted the spell yet. that's the 2d10s. With
Yep,
with the
that is
13 as a
success.
number.
So
Yeah.
you've made the protective circle.
Okay. And so now I'm just going to read it properly because I suffer a penalty per point of the original caster's magic characteristic.
I'm gonna
So-
stand well back and
So whoever that
keep
was.
a lookout for anybody coming. Anybody stupid enough to approach.
Okay, so I just
And
I,
for
do I just
the dispel, you needed a channeling test and then the magic test.
okay, so do I just roll a casting check? I think that's what this is. Is this it? 19. That's
Yes.
pretty good. But is that -1 for every magic point of the original caster?
-1 for every magic point of the original caster.
Okay.
With a score of 13 being required to succeed it.
Okay.
All right. You're in your little channeling circle. You may re-roll one of the d10s if you choose to do so.
I mean, 10 and 9 is pretty good.
10 and 9 is pretty good.
Yeah, I would
You
say we
pour
don't.
your magic into the box. You and you ah. Kyle stands by, watching you, nodding approvingly.
Yes,
Okay,
He's
well,
not
you
helping
cast
out?
magic.
He helped. No, he helped you make the circle.
Okay.
no, I
Things
hope
are
you
going
die.
so much better.
That's good.
The magic resists you, however. There's a very, very powerful enchantment placed on this.
So, more than 6.
You can feel that you're very, very, very close. You're very close to breaking it. But whoever cast this is very clearly a high ranking wizard.
All right. Well,
If that's
almost
the
got
case,
it.
then you probably need to actually get double tens.
Yeah.
If he's saying you feel like you're very close to getting it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Kibbs, you could probably learn Dispel as well. If you wanted to try it.
Yeah, I'll try it at a later date.
Because I think how it works is under talents, if it says learn a lesser magic, you can just spend 100 experience and learn something from that spell list. And the only thing I wanted on there was Dispel.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Dispel.
put the chest away for now, though.
All right.
We know a little bit more about it. We learned that it's going to require a much higher roll. And I'll probably be the one to do it because I have a lot more magic dice. But
You have 3 die, right?
Yep. And then I'll use my staff to give a bonus with that. But, yeah, we'll save that for later.
Wait, I could have just borrowed your staff from you.
Yeah, but I'm not going to borrow my staff.
You're forgetting that he's a Grey Seer, and Grey Seers don't like to share that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's the Grey Seer staff. Also, if you use it, I don't get to use it.
Okay, you can still hold on to the staff while I also hold it.
Yeah, but I
good luck.
think you
Hold
can
on to it.
I think he can only use the ability once per session, so you would basically
Yeah.
be using his crap moment.
I'll look into that later, but I'm not particularly interested. We have a lot of stuff we need to get done today.
All right.
But
Let's carry it back on the boat.
get on the boat, stow her nice away, and then we'll make sail for the Varan. It'll be glorious.
The Varn.
Yep. If you can say vehicles or vehicles every time you say vehicles, then I can say Varan. And there's nothing you can do about it. Just cry. It's true.
The Varn. I feel like there might be something I can do about it, though.
He's like, I might cry a little.
Alright, you spend another 3 days sailing up the river very carefully. as Puggles does his level best to navigate you through ever thicker and denser quantities of patrolling ships around you.
Throwing warcogs.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a great deal of interest in whatever's been going on around here, as there are a lot of warships, just as many as before. On the other hand, there doesn't seem to be as many of the large ships. They've grown a bit smaller since last time. There's more cogs and lesser patrol vessels, instead of the full-scale barges that you saw previously, the galleon-sized things. Puggles does not struggle quite as much this time. He has a little bit more time in between desperately ducking for cover. Enough time to go over to the railing and stare longingly out to sea, for example. No, sea. To river. To the opposite bank. There you go. As close as he gets.
To see flowing water.
To see flowing water. When you get closer to Sevastra and Stadienska, however, things become interesting. You're sailing down the river during the day, and you're considering, we're going to cut speed a little bit, and Puggles will bring us down around about nightfall to coast into the Warren, all nice and secretive like. But the sky grows overcast, and a light rain begins to pitter-patter down on the deck. The cloud cover grows denser still, almost naturally so, until no shade of sun stretches through it at all. It's almost as if night has suddenly fallen. And as you get closer to Sevastra, you begin hearing the boom of cannons.
Good. All right.
Positive.
This is good.
Do they sound like they're coming from down the river or what?
They sound like they're coming from the direction of Sevastra, where you're heading.
Okay, so it sounds like they're coming from in or near the city. All right.
Yes. That is excellent, Dangtard. Rather can steal a steel, cutlery, and 2 lives. Oh, that's terrible. Kyle's not even showing poor Dangtard's work.
It's already up on stream. This looks very bad for you, Arch, because now you look like a Barcha Crip. Or whatever that means.
We haven't got up
I
yet,
suppose if
I'm not seeing it either.
if we're hearing
Thank
cannons
Arch for
off in the
that.
distance, I guess Nara will look to the party. If big cannons being fired, maybe park outside city to look and see what's happening.
I'm just trying to think of actually what's happening. So I'm pretty sure we were too late. I think the Empire thinks something's up, if I had to guess. We might not be able to get it. Oh, well, we'll see. No, we'll first make the ship, hide the ship in the Warren. Then we'll send out a scout to investigate.
The problem, I think, is if we approach with the ship, it might be seen.
Well, the entrance isn't inside the city for the ship thing. It's outside.
Sure, but it's not. It's quite close.
Arch?
It's
We're
not
not
super
miles away.
distant.
Is it?
Close
Is
enough
it?
that they might see
Is
us
it?
going in.
I'm asking.
No,
Arch.
yeah, it's specifically hidden so they can't see you when you're entering it.
Okay, so we're fine.
You are as fine as a fly in ointment.
Not very fine, but fine enough.
All right. You coast towards the Warren. Puggles growing extra cautious on his control of the wheel there. You can tell that he's only moving a slight bit of his side flesh to spin it, as his control of the wheel consists of 180-degree movements, as it has always done.
Typical.
Whee! Thump, thump.
You can see on the distance now also what looks like a thunderhead. The clouds have gathered over Zavastra, and you can see the flashes of cannons off in the distance as well, with a light greenish tint to the retort of the cannons.
Those are
Once
not
you heave
normal
into,
cannons.
Sorry?
Those are not normal cannons. Look at Guile.
Oh, is something up on screen?
There's green lightning.
Oh, green lightning. Okay, that's normal. It's just squeaky sneakies, if that's the case.
Well, that's not the only type of magic that glows green.
Yeah, but if it was a dwarf hellfire cannon thingy, whatever they were, they'd be.
No, I'm
screaming
thinking
balls.
Sylvania, right?
The undead.
Possibly.
Oh, gnarl, you little spurge.
All right, the ship enters into the Warren, and you are met by a very touching reception party, as seemingly every Skaven in the Warren is crowded cheek to jowl, standing on the dock, many of them carrying what appears to be large quantities of belongings.
I look at Gnarl. Make them talk.
I guess Nara will go down and start asking, what going on above?
All right. The storm vermin are all gathered there. Glad you didn't take off with them. They've got their halberds crossed in like a police line style thing, desperately shoving back against a teeming throng of people, just pushing them and shoving them and screaming to please let them escape. The leading storm vermin gives a salute, as close as it gets anyways. He doesn't hit his snout this time, he just kind of pokes himself in the eye. And delivers the report. Large commotion in human warren next door. Things, loud noises. It has mildly panicked some of the civilian population.
Any declarations made by man-things to other man-things?
He he shuffles from one foot to the other, slightly uncomfortable. Then he seems to have an idea, and he perks up and he looks over at one of the other Skavens and basically repeats your question to the other storm vermin. Any declarations made by man things to other man things? Passing the buck. Looks back at you when there's no response. Goes lazy. Lookout. No report any such thing. No.
Marl's getting irritated by this. He'll re-roll that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no. The irritation is not strong enough.
Well, it's annoying. I actually have a decent chance at rolling this, and then that happens. Oh,
You have a very good chance of rolling that. It's just that God wants differences.
God wants the story to go a different direction. That's true.
Right, slightly exasperated, Nal tries to get his feelings across here, but it doesn't appear to be very effective. If anything, the storm vermin you're talking to seem to take this as a bit of acceptance and just nods his head sagely along with it. Yes, most incompetent.
When man-things attack other man-things, they shout things. What they say.
Again, he just repeats the question to
No,
the
at this
people
point,
behind him.
at this point, he's more venting than like asking the question.
Ah.
I will take it upon myself to look at Ratatata and be like, go, see what is happening outside of Warren.
Oh, Jesus.
All
Poor
right.
Ratcheta's thrown out to the dogs, is he?
Well, he's not
Yeah.
going to go into danger. He's just going to look.
Okay. All spells,
Dev.
all usual spells up. Walking on water, walking on walls, walking fast, invisible while not walking.
Ratatata be eyes and ears and nose. Squeak, squeak.
Remember,
I-
sneak.
Kills
And
the
I'll head
entire
out-
army himself.
And I can probably just go through the tunnels into the city, right?
You can, if
normal.
you're willing to fight your way through the screaming civilians.
You could just run out the water and then just go, like, run along the river and see what's besieging the settlement. Because I assume there is some sort of drama playing out right now.
All right. I will sneak up and see what's going on then.
All right. Making your way around on the water, all sneaky squeaky like, you get to see the city. Like, you get the same view as you did from the boat. The cannon fire is sounding a tiny bit more distance now. So, how close do you want to go?
Close enough that I can see who's shooting at the city.
All right, roll a perception to determine how close you need to get.
Squint those eyes. Squint harder, Dev. No.
All right. Dev has a hard time making out the shapes and the noises and the sounds coming from the city, so he gets a bit closer and a bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer until he's hanging from the rear end of the parapets of the Hutman's fortified building, looking down into the city. You can see, starting to go up the river now, heading towards the city of Oz, I believe it was called. Ozel. So passing by Savastra is an enormous ship that you immediately recognize because you tried to board it at one point and almost got killed by an undead ninja skeleton wearing plate armor.
See, I
It
told you
is
it was them.
it is a rotten hulk with enormous tattered sails, somehow pulling the ship forward as it fires cannons from both sides against both Savastra and Slavyanyaska. And the cities are almost doing nothing to fire back. Like, the city is on fire, people are running around screaming. A handful of guards are firing their own muskets at the thing, more because, you know, they've got a musket. They
It's
don't
more
really know
like, what
to
else
do.
are you going to do?
Yes.
You might get
Now
like
is the
few hits.
time. Now is the time for me to sneak up and dispel the ship.
I would simply say this: if
Try
if
it.
the lockbox
Try it.
gave you this much trouble, I think a entire ship might be a bit harder.
See, now I kind of want him to succeed just so Hans is like, what the fuck?
Okay, but here's the thing:
What
he has
the
a maximum cap he can roll.
He also can't use it against undead, so it'd be funny. If he
Yeah,
wants
it did
to
explicitly say that.
No one said
Well,
the
the
ship
ship's
was
not
undead.
try. Like,
But it's using
no, work.
it's using necromancy though.
The ship's not undead, only the creatures inside it.
The ship's
The
using
ship
floaty
is a
mancy.
rotten
How do you
hulk
know?
with tattered fucking sails sailing across the river.
If that's the closest thing I can think of to an undead ship.
You haven't looked that closely.
Yes, that's not going to work.
Dev,
That's
look
not going to
closer. Check the captain's cabin. It's the only way to be sure.
You
It's
should
the
try,
only-
Cap.
I'm kidding, by the
You
way.
didn't check the captain's cabin last time. That's true.
You could
You only got
steer
to the
leap
front of the
next to the
ship.
captain.
I'm not gonna lie. If he could dispel the ship and he did, that would be so That would be so anticlimactic, it would be kind of hilarious. It would be and it's gone.
I feel like that
So-
would just piss them off.
The ghost ship is attacking both towns.
Yes.
Yes.
We can
Although
try to.
attacking might be a little bit of the wrong term as well. Like it's clear, it's sailing past them. It doesn't seem to be landing troops or anything like that. It is sailing down the river, firing both broadsides of cannons as it goes.
So if we were to leave it alone, we could just have the loot afterwards.
No, the settlements will still be intact, sadly.
I don't know about that.
We'll abstain
See-
from the conflict.
No. We could send up our entire warren to just fuck the whole town.
Remember, we
We're
are
relying on the infrastructure, though.
we rely in a way that we are a not necessarily symbiotic relationship, parasitic, if you will.
Well, we can just parasite with the town across the river then instead.
See, that's not
See,
really how that would work
We
out.
could take
No,
advantage,
hold on,
though,
hold on.
of the confusion and help
yes.
ourselves
So-
to some stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
us
Arch,
as a
Arch.
party, not our army.
Yeah, yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Arch, how many people are rats in our warren?
300 odd?
300. And how many people in this city?
A few thousand.
Okay. And how many like fighting men in this city?
You've got about 100. They've got the garrison of the Ataman, so probably
They're better
100
equipped.
or so
Yeah,
elites.
no, we shouldn't attack the city,
100,
but we can
200
take
city
advantage of the
guards.
confusion.
How many have they lost? Does it look like?
They're just asking questions.
I'm just asking questions.
Don't worry, Disco. We'll beat them later.
How many have they lost in this conflict?
Not really something you can easily determine from your current position.
Okay, can I get closer to shore then instead and take a peek at, I don't know, how many corpses are lying around?
They're gonna sit there
Sure,
and
you
count.
have to enter into the city, literally.
Well, no, can't I just like look from the ocean out into the city?
Into a battlefield.
It's kind of large, Dev.
Okay.
There's smoke
alright.
and lightning.
There's fire. People are running around. People are like,
How many fires are currently raging in the city?
You count on your hands, 1, 2, 3, several.
Okay. I mean, if we wanted to just fuck them up, now would be the time to rise up and try it.
Yeah, but we don't want to fuck them up.
Yeah, we don't want
I
to.
want the city to be
We're parasiting
successful.
off the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember, when the city we're hiding in / under is more successful, the more successful our warren ends up being by
The more
proxy.
prosperous the humans above us, the better we are. That's why we're trying to basically get a sort of puppet government or an ally
At least
in power.
favorable.
Hold on. Arch. How close is the ghost ship to the island?
The island? Which island?
The island
The
with
smuggler.
the Smuggler Cove in the island.
Oh, it's past that. It's heading up the river.
Did that place also get fired on?
Wait, so it's heading up the river to like Wurza in that direction, right?
To Ozil, yes.
Mhm.
To Ozil.
Okay.
Not to Verzen or to Dorn or to Borkum. It is heading up the river towards Kislev, towards Ozil and Petorsk.
Did they fire cannons into the cave?
Not that you can tell from here.
Okay. I have a couple ideas on how we can turn this situation to our advantage. And I think the best one is seeing if Ludmilla's place has been abandoned and getting that sword. That would be excellent.
That would actually
so
be... Hold on.
The warehouse.
Let me remind Dev
Yes.
of our plan. Our plan isn't to actually get the sword, because that puts the heat on us. Our plan is to frame Ludmilla.
Her organization, more specifically. If we
Yes.
get her, great. If not, oh well.
She'll be happy if we take the sword. And we'll be sad.
If anything, here's what I will say. If the sword were to disappear now, this would be the perfect opportunity to say the undead took it, because, well,
Yes.
they attacked.
Yes, exactly.
But we can't
Um,
manipulate the power situation inside the settlement without it. This sword gives us a distinct bargaining chip with that Vasily guy.
You know what? You know what we should do? Here's what we do.
Actually,
We
you
take
mean,
the sword.
You mean
Okay, go ahead.
Anatoly.
Anatoly.
Yeah,
Because it's a
'cause-
massive bargaining chip with him.
Yeah, actually, I was going to recommend that. If we steal a sword, we can give it to him, and then he'll want to give it back to the Empire.
How did he get the sword, though?
We can.
Fenris
Well,
gave it to me.
Yeah, again.
Again, it's easier to frame Ludmilla because then we have an actual person to blame because they actually had it. We don't have to worry about fabricating evidence because the evidence already exists.
Here's the thing: he's just gonna cast himself as a hero. He won't care where it came from, and he won't tell them where it came from.
They're gonna ask.
He is smart enough to figure it out himself. We don't got to worry about that.
Is
So then, when
he?
you say instead of,
Is
so we have a decent idea where she stashed it. Then, when you say instead of going to the Smuggler's Cove after this all goes down, just go to him and say, "Hey, we know who actually took it."
Possibly, yes. But I
'Cause
think
then,
we
the-
should.
then the hot item would be there for them to find.
So should I try to get the sword? What do you guys think?
No.
Everybody else?
If it's there, like, if we nudge Anatoly that direction, it would be there for him to find.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to get into her place anyway.
That's why we forged a plan with him.
I think we should just take it. This is the opportunity to do so.
We've had the opportunity to take it for eons.
Yeah, we were the ones who took it in the first place. Yeah, we already had the opportunity.
And we've had opportunities again since then. The reason why we're
We
not
could-
doing
we
it
could-
is because
hold
we
on.
don't want it.
We couldn't open the chest before. I would have kept it if we could open the chest.
Well, again, here's the thing. That's one of the Elector Count rune things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because see, the thing is,
The Empire is going to want that back.
and if
Also-
we're found out to have it, then we're gonna be purged because we're
What we
filthy rats.
What we could do is
we had the opportunity to take it, and we decided all along that we were going to use
Yeah,
getting it
we've
back to the
already got a
Empire to buy
plan.
us favor.
We're committed to the plan. It's an interesting suggestion, but I think that undermines the strategy.
See, what I was thinking is we just take it and say fuck this town and go somewhere else with it.
The issue is at that point we'd have to set up the Warren again.
Also, what are we gonna do with this rune fang? It does it's a strong sword, right?
It's an artifact.
But
of
it's
some-
not gonna be as useful to us as it would be to the Empire. Because it has more significant
so I guess
value
I'll
to
just-
them.
I guess I'll just head back then. Nothing else for me to do here. I guess. I know what's going on. The pirate ship is attacking the town, so I can go back and tell you guys. The pirate ship is attacking the town.
Yep, if you're done doing whatever it is you want to do out there, you can head on back.
Yep.
Very well, Dev. Brief your compatriots.
The pirate ship's attacking the town.
What pirate?
Pirates?
Okay, the ghost pirate ship, sorry, is attacking the town.
Ghost Coast?
That one.
Yep.
One you
I'll
tried
just-
to board?
I'll just shrug. Yep.
Did it look like they were focusing anywhere, or just general distraction?
Just general destruction. They're just passing through.
Passing through.
Maybe
From
we
that
should wait
description.
then.
I'll be like,
How
okay.
does it think that ship just passes through?
Actually, it seems like that's what they do. From what I can tell, Arch, they're just going up and down the river, shooting at things that they see, just being
They're going-
assholes, basically.
Up the river specifically.
Well, yeah, this time, but
Though the thing is, before, if you remember, they actually were being somewhat, refrained. Whereas this
that's-
is just like all out, just like, hey, sup.
Actually, I disagree. Were
yeah,
they being
but-
refrained necessarily? They were just merely sailing by when we encountered them.
Yeah, they
Not
didn't
hiding.
see us. They didn't see us. So I think when they see anything else, they just shoot at it, but they just keep going anyway.
Then wouldn't there have been rumors of that going around?
Yes.
Have
Maybe
we?
we could ask Ludmilla.
Who's gonna tell us? We're rats.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dev. Actually, we wouldn't know because we'd actually have to do like digging on humans and what the humans were saying. And considering most of our rats don't speak Kislavite or Reichspiel or whatever the hell it's called, you know, they wouldn't know.
And then I guess that brings us back to the question of why the fuck is it just going up the channel now?
I mean, it must be going somewhere. Its quarry must be up the channel. Maybe it's doing
Well, yeah,
raiding,
that's what I'm saying.
scouting, something,
I mean,
testing.
we could follow it at a distance, see where it's going.
I think our boat might get noticed.
At a
Like, it
big
could probably get
distance.
away, but it'll definitely get noticed.
At a big distance. With a telescope.
Last thing this war needs is undead on top of humans.
Very well. So, what is your course of action now then?
I think
Anything specific?
Oh, we could wait, and then go help the humans clean up.
I like what Disco's alluding to. We wait until the cannon stop. We wait until night passes. You know, everybody's calmed down, and because they'll be distracted, you know, cleaning up the wreckage, the loot, the dead, and grieving and whatnot, we can see if we can pilfer some things.
You
An
talk
opportunity
to
to
Yes,
steal.
help.
Yeah, opportunity
I'm
to
just gonna
steal.
grin. Friendly neighbors, yes.
Most despicable. Truly, most despicable.
Profiting from the dead humans, of course.
All right. How are you going to deal with the Warren problem, since your population is currently a little bit antsy?
I look towards Gnarl and I'm like, "You take care of it, Squeak."
Actually, I have an idea.
Raised eyebrow as I look at Ratata.
I can just jump on a crate, and I can point at the tavern, and say free
Tavern.
drinks. The free drinks tonight.
Just coming out of your pay, Squeak.
And
It
they
is.
can all go get drunk.
Not sure how well that'll work when they're fearing for their lives, though.
Yeah. You can say free drinks, but remember, Skaven are utter cowards.
That's why I think Gnarl might have
The
to.
thing I was going to
intimidate
have
some of the
Gnarl do
guards.
is basically command the Storm Vermin with the clan rats to basically force everyone to calm the fuck down. Just do what Skaven do best, hunker and stay quiet.
Just remind them that the bad thing is outside.
You may do that. You can choose. Would you like to lead by example as an intimidation test, or try your hand at a command test?
Well, let's see. Intimidate, 74. Command, 33.
Your command's better than mine.
Command sounds like the solution to this problem. Yeah.
Not by
Your
much.
command's 13.
Surely, I got all the bad rolls out of my system earlier, right? Right? Intimidate the little fucks.
One degree of success. It's not a failure.
It's not.
All right. Gnarl is successful in intimidating the poor, unfortunate, innocent, only scared for their tiny little lives Skavens. He hurts them, he does, beating them over the head with the flat of the halberd, I'm assuming. praying.
I mean, if it gets the sharp edge, these things happen.
This is good. Seeing their leader take lead, the rest of the storm vermin also apply their halberds to the screaming crowd. And much like Disco suggested, the Skaven are reminded that the bad things are out there, but the violent tyrants are in here.
I take umbrage to that classification of my security force.
Oh god, here we go. Director Gnarl of the security defense force or something like that. Oh.
This peacekeeping force is just doing its job.
Tell that to the Skaven lying on the floor, bleeding from a broken skull.
I did. He didn't believe me.
He believes him now.
He has no choice. Right, a bit of good old-fashioned blunt force violence has indeed seemingly re-established order for the time being.
Very good.
Okay, the sound from outside eventually ceases, and presumably the population will be getting about, picking up their lives and doing what people who have just been bombarded do.
Yeah. Return to the hall, you dog.
So we're waiting for nightfall.
Probably best, unless you want to really brave the daytime.
Not feeling that helpful.
Good.
All right. Yep. No, the Nightwall is not particularly far away, so by the time the cannons stop properly, it's already getting fairly dark outside. What is the plan?
I think the plan is to capitulate to the
Kind of
Empire.
like some people wanted to do some battlefield looting.
Yeah, that's
I
more
think
what I
we're just gonna go and take advantage of the confusion and see if anybody left any stuff lying around, Tidy up.
Who knows? Maybe one of them was dumb enough to buy a tourist trap dagger.
Maybe.
Maybe one of the merchants that got caught in this was dumb enough to buy one or two.
Good thinking.
Actually, what we should do is see if any of the important buildings are damaged. So, for example, if there's a giant hole through Ludmilla's place, she might be out of the game.
Well, I wouldn't say she's
I'm pretty
out
sure
of
her
the game.
place is more so the smuggler's cave, and other than that, just the docks.
Yeah, but any named person might have that the house has been destroyed and fallen on them, or they might be dead. They might have been killed in the attack. Like, we should probably take stock of the town as it currently sits.
All right. Whoever is going to be leading the looting efforts, roll perception.
Let's see. All right, I've got a 53 in perception. Anybody want to out-lead? Lips.
I only have 35.
I don't hear anybody saying they have higher numbers.
I have
So
a 59.
I guess you'll be leading after all. Damn, that was a decent roll.
Alright, let's have a look.
Mm.
I think that's
Pretty
pretty good
good, yes.
perception roll.
I think that might be the lowest I've ever rolled.
Well, you blew all your luck here, Disco. Get used to it.
On a look.
Disco, I want you to know this could have been a shot at Dev for his treachery.
I really want the loot.
Strauss was like just pumping himself. It's like shinies, 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 shinies.
I got my nose to the ground and everything. I'm trying to sniff out the shinies.
Poor little kitty.
Oh my god.
It receives no love today either.
And it shan't ever. Meow.
All right. So, whilst you are out wandering, you do take stock of the Yawn. Situation. Yawn. And what has been damaged and what hasn't? The Ataman's fortified little hut seems to have stood up to the bombardment reasonably well. The palisades have taken a couple of hits, but they haven't collapsed entirely overall. And of course, the massive earth mound it was built on didn't really care over much for the artillery bombardment either. However, the city has taken a fair bit of a beating. Its walls have been reduced quite severely on the river side. Ludmilla's warehouse has taken at least one direct hit. From where you are, it's pretty difficult to see if anything was really done to the smuggler's cave. But seeing as to any outside observer, it just looks like a rock. It would probably be a rather unlikely target, and you can't see any fires or anything like there or anything like that over there either. So you might assume that was probably not hit particularly hard. There's quite a few of the civilian buildings that have been either hit or damaged by explosions or scattering of debris, etc. But the city that seems to have suffered by far the worst is the one right across the water, actually. Whilst Savastra has received its fair bit of damage, it had walls to protect it from the brunt of it. Slavianskaya, there you go.
Whoa, Russian.
Slavianskaya did not have walls, being a mere little fishing community with a handful of dockyards, has taken a pretty brutal beating from the cannon fire, and you can see fires and broken open huts over there. Now, as for the actual looting efforts, the Skaven were quite nervous about being driven back up in the exposed open air where there might be mean things looking for them, trying to kill them. But the possibility of large quantities of easily gained riches convinced most of them to have a try at it. And with Disco's brilliant direction standing in the Skaven position of honor towards the rear, of course.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I am leading the group.
Indeed.
Where else would I be?
Has seen them sweep over the ruins very, very quickly and effectively, in and out, with relatively little destruction added to the already considerable toll, whilst the civilian population is busy looking for survivors and shoring up the walls, and the guard forces are making sure that nobody's attacking them and so on. You're taking care of the far more immediate concern, valuables.
Of course. What shiny stuff I need?
The shiny stuff. The shiny stuff. Are there even shiny stuff? Maybe all of the shiny stuff have been destroyed.
Of course there's shiny stuff. I got a 5. Of course there's shiny stuff.
There are indeed some shiny stuff. They rush out into the ruins and they grab pretty much whatever they can. It is a wide assortment of various knick-knacky doodads and other nonsense things picked off the ground. The total value of which will amount to close to 1,000 gold coins.
Good.
As for more useful things, immediately useful things, you have found a weird bracelet covered with runic inscriptions. This was taken out of the temple. One of the Skaven returned with this, mildly confused. I don't know what this is. Best give to leader. Less risk to me.
I will make one of the slave rats carry it. I shouldn't have to carry these things myself.
Wow, look at that little princess.
you carry. I know, pack rat.
The Clownat throws the runic bracelet at the slave, wanting no part of it himself. and skitters off back into the village. They also do discover at least one ornamental item, a very fancy-looking helmet nearby the Ataman's hut. Unfortunately, it's not Empire in origin, it's decidedly Kislevet. It is a very fancy Kislevet winged lancer helmet. But you did say you were looking for fancy things, so the Skavens was intrigued. A clan rat delivers it to you.
Alright, that'll take.
There's not a whole lot of Empire goods, tragically.
Dev has failed again.
It's a shame. No Empire merchants were here.
Wait, I failed. I didn't even do anything.
That slave rat that I gave the bracelet to, can I grab him and tell him to take that back to Karsniket?
Of course.
Quick! Take 2, Grey Rat.
And before people start rummaging properly through their possessions, the rest of the Skaven withdraw. Almost entirely unnoticed, except for Vasily, of course, who spots you but is too busy doing anything to stop you.
It's like everywhere!
Just narrows his eyes, he knows.
He's resigned himself to accept the Skaven's existence.
I'll have to bring this up with my therapist in the morning.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I do imagine that is his therapist's reaction at this point, like, oh, we're on the rats again, are we? Fine.
Alright, Scrazzle will lead the retreat back into the warren.
Alright, having returned, what do you wish to do about the fancy-looking bracelet thing?
Well, I did send the slave rat back ahead with it to Karsniket, so it should already be there.
Yes, but it's Kyle. He's probably forgotten about it by now.
Were you? No kidding. Just because I get no butter. I assume the slave rat eventually shows up with this bracelet, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Otherwise, that would have never happened, and I couldn't comment on it. Alright, I inspect the bracelet. Looking at it, do I notice anything particular based on my character's knowledge?
Well, you'd guess it's probably magical. Somehow, some way.
These runes look heretical. Desire to defecate on them increases, but I guess it's only reasonable to do, was it academic knowledge magic, I would assume?
Yes.
Ugh, that's not dice button. Well, I'm not very convinced of this. You know what, fuck it. I haven't used a fate all day. We've been burning fates. It's my turn. It's my turn to burn.
No, not burning fates.
To use a fate.
No burn. No.
Okay, well, the gods have decided that it's just a weird looking bracelet.
But you are, of course, always free to burn fate if you wish.
I look at the bracelet and I'm not very convinced it's magical, I suppose, and I'm just like,
Hold on there, Kibbs, because I also have academic knowledge magic.
And then, of course, another rat.
And the thing is, you would be able to sense its magic. It's just you wouldn't be able to determine the nature of its magic.
You could probably use sense magic on it.
I hand it to the sneaky, squeaky breaky.
Well, it's less of a failure. Okay. Dev determines that this is it is indeed some kind of magical artifact of some sort. He also reckons that it would be some kind of communications device, perhaps, through which he could gain contact with other people who have also accepted the bracelet, as it has several small gems mounted on the backward side of it, looking like little silver discs. The exact nature of this communication and its effect is as of yet mysterious, but the bracelet and the discs are clearly part of a greater whole. So, discs can be detached, bracelet cannot.
Okay.
Now, touch the fancy Kislevid helmet and realize it's worthless.
Can I evaluate the helmet?
You can evaluate the helmet. It is indeed a fancy helmet. It's, again, undoubtedly Kislevit in origin, and you wouldn't imagine it bears any particular value to Camille, but it has been very clearly taken well cared for, and it has been well cared for. Like, it's been polished, it's nice, it's very ornamental, so you figure it might be some kind of Kislevit status symbol, perhaps? A badge of office, even, maybe.
Hmm. What to do with it?
I guess we'll hold on to this bauble and ponder it later when we're feeling like our dice rollies are recharged. Curious by the object, we keep it. But we'll have to ponder its existence later, be it some sort of tracking bracelet, and all of a sudden the great armies of Kislevite warriors will descend upon our warren. We shall find out.
It's not a bad idea.
It would be an excuse to do a big battle underground, I suppose.
We haven't had enough combat recently. We were going to have combat today, but then sidetrack occurred.
What combat were we supposed to have, you little blonde bimbo?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
It's because it still might happen. Gnarl, we must avoid this possible combat encounter if at all possible.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden the undead ship is turning around and going straight at you. I don't understand why it's doing this.
As he rolls dice,
All right. Well,
I do have. Oh, okay.
So, did I find anything else out about the helmet? Like how good it is as an actual helmet?
it would be pretty shit as an actual helmet.
But it looks important.
It looks fancy.
It has far too many frills and stupid things on it. It'd be like one of those dumb touristy Viking helmets. It'd probably function as a helmet for a period of time, but the horns would get in the way quite quickly.
Touristy Viking helmet. That means there's one character somewhere. There's one character somewhere then who likes this type of shit. We need to save it.
This fancy hat.
It is indeed a fancy hat. Disco's scouting efforts has, however, also led one new friend back to the Warren. It has. One new humble comrade, making himself known to the clan rat guards that are still standing by the entrance. A messenger is brought forth to the party. Unmistakably human. He has been abused, of course, as is traditional with these things.
Good.
But he's alive, which is unusual in these circumstances. Being thrown down on the floor and then kicked once, just for good measure, to make sure that he gets the point. The man says through bloodied lips, he's, I came here with a message from Ludmila.
Speak then.
He seems distraught about this treatment of otherwise honored messengers, but figures that this is not the time to bring up the...
I'll step in and I'll Point to the clan rat. Pick him up.
The clan rat does.
Dust him off.
The clan rat looks at you confused. Is this some sort of metaphor for torture?
I'm not familiar with this euphemism for torture. You speak.
I'm unsure.
I assume are we in a place with chairs or something? Something accommodating.
Well, to be fair, I think the only nice place really we have is the damn boat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Or the tavern.
You could bring him back to the boat. The boat's nice enough.
I'll be like, come.
I think if you want a nice place, that's the only nice place you're gonna get. Down
Let
here.
us talk from prying ears. Squeak, and then squeak every other step, as we make our way to the boat.
I was thinking actually just
Right.
this squeak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Squeak.
In an attempt to unsettle this weary traveler.
Presuming wobbling gently from side to side as he does.
Yes, no, waddling, intentionally trying to act obese.
Act.
Bump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We
Once
go
we're
to boat.
aboard the boat, I'll be like, tell, story, Squeak.
All right. He explains very briefly that they were also out helping in the rubble, as they do, of course.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Shopping, yes.
And they had spotted the Skaven also helping in the rubble. And having rushed back to Ludmilla, they had managed to draw up a quick message, since they don't really know how to contact you, since you teleported the last person on board off into the water.
This did happen. Yes.
So Ludmilla has been kind of wondering how the hell she can actually get a message over there, but now that has been figured out. And there's a letter which is handed to you, which says simply just that we need to talk urgently. Meet at a warehouse as soon as possible.
Sigh, because it's something I don't want to do, but it's something we will do. We will be there soon. Tonight, squeak.
Squeak.
Yes, just to inform the messenger, and then send him packing, of course. And
Already tonight.
as he goes packing, I'll get Ratata and be like, follow. Make sure you know where this human lives, because we might need to kill later. Don't know too much, he does. Did I lose Dev?
Hi. Sorry. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm
Did you hear that?
following this guy. I'll
Yep.
follow this guy.
Just make sure you know where he lives, because he knows where we live, and it's important to just know that's mutual.
I'm gonna
information.
silent move him right now.
Okay.
Remember, Ratatata. No kill. Only follow.
Stress
Sneak.
that.
Okay.
Sneak.
Brushes blood off his shoulders from the dead child.
All right. He leaves the warren and he heads straight back to the warehouse, where quite a little bit of an operation is underway. There are quite a lot of Ludmilla's thugs milling around. They're patching up a nice large hole in the side. It looks like they're having a bit of a major operation going on here to try to get everything ready and repaired as quickly as possible. Perhaps word that somebody else might come to help and might happen upon enormous fucking metal chests.
Hmm.
Okay. So did he? What did he do? He just went into the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I'll hang out for a couple hours and just see if he goes anywhere else.
You may, sure.
Okay.
Time passes. He's engaged in helping the others out. You see him occasionally here and there as they begin patching up the walls, but since they throw boards up in front of the holes quite quickly, you lose sight of the inside. So by the time a couple of hours has passed, you haven't seen him left, but nor can you entirely verify that he's inside the warehouse either.
I mean, I assume she doesn't just house her entire operation in the warehouse. They have their own homes, right? At least some of them do.
Probably. But there's still a lot of loud noises coming in from there, so they're probably working on something.
All right, I guess I'll head back then.
Okay. Once he gets back, let's just skip to that so that we can do the next thing before we go think about going to Ludmilla.
He is indeed back.
Okay, now we will head over, waffle over to that glorious desk where there be parchment and whatnot, and we will scribe a few letters. We're gonna have to come up with how these are worded. Because the thing is, this is important, and I do want to talk about this, because how they're worded is important, because what if they're intercepted, okay? That's the concern here. These are the letters that we're going to draft up and send out to the neighboring warrens, because I think that's important that we do that now, while we're back at the warren. Because getting them letters shipped out, because it's going to take time for them to arrive anyway, so... How do we want to compose this message? That's the real trick here.
Well, what do
Dear
we?
subservient slave classes.
What information do we want to get across first and foremost?
That's a good point. The first bit of information I believe that we should definitely convey is that the spiky dowie, the filthy, heathenistic chaos dwarves.
The uglier dwarves.
Yeah.
Bad dwarf man.
Fanged stunties.
Racist.
If you
That's
remember the
dwarf
wording, actually near the beginning of the campaign, the wording that we were given when we initially heard them or read about them was dwarves that were not dwarves.
The dwarves that pretend to be dwarves. There we go. From the far off east. Northeast, yeah. The far off east, the Chaos Wastes, right? Because we want to establish where they're from. There is a great wizard.
Racist wizard.
A wizard, most fiendish wizard, we'll put it like that. Out to exterminate all rat kind. But
Rat lives matter.
And then a little hashtag RLM written there, right next to that. But and then we'll basically from that we'll be like, he seeks to destroy all of the Under Empire. We're not going to say why, because that would be bad.
All we have to say is that he is racist.
Yeah, racist.
Why is such a minor reason. As far as we're concerned.
Yes.
Important bit. Wants to kill all Skaven. Yes.
Why is not important?
Is
Can't fathom why.
Basically, we then tie the attack on the north, Port Pungent, that the Port Pungent was attacked and destroyed.
Enslaved.
No. Propaganda, remember. Exterminated. There we go. There were there were some survivors.
That's what I'm saying. We do need to mention at some... I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in these letters, but we do need to make them aware of potential sleeper agents.
Yes. That this evil wizard basically mind-fucked lesser rats and has sent them out to discover warrens in the Under Empire so that he can systematically purge us, stuff like that. Now we need to insinuate that much bad from this thing, like non-negotiable, big bad, and then clearly we'll also list in the signs based on our experience, Arch, with that other Skaven. How were we able to come to that opinion? So going into full length detail about the how we encountered him, and like how these lies are planted and how we discovered him, so that the other Graciers that these other Warrens have can then, use that
We
information
should
to find
also
it.
maybe mention how to dispel it. 'Cause
Yes.
there was a danger there as well.
I mean, I could guarantee you what these other Warrens are probably just gonna do.
They're not going to be as nice as we were because we wanted to find out the story.
They're gonna just kill him. That's fine. I don't care about that. So basically, how to dispel it if they need to, as well as how to detect them. The fact that they're from Port Pungent in that area, the fact that there's Chaos Dwarves. What other important information does this letter need to convey? I feel like we're missing something pretty big here.
But what is it?
I know.
Red Lives Matter. Hashtag.
Hashtag. Yeah, I know, but we've gotten all the major beats on how to discover them, how to find them, and that the fact that this Zephyr is evil, right? Or evil to Skaven. But what are we missing? I guess describe these fake dwarves.
The tracking as well. It's not just a spell for them to infiltrate. They're actually being tracked. So if they kill them, that might actually give away the position of the warren.
Yes, maybe dispose of the rats outside of the warren.
Just suggestion.
A little suggestion in there. And then, see, the one issue we do have is we don't really have any evidence to support our claim, but at the same time, Skaven are paranoid, and if we tell them there are threats, their paranoia will probably do the rest for us.
We're not entirely sure how they're getting from warren to warren, but it's probably from supply deliveries.
Basically, fully disclosing how they are able to infiltrate our warren and stuff like that. Not naming... See, the thing is, what is our clan even? Are we our own clan yet, or are we just like a part of an umbrella? Are we like one of those little bitch boy clans? Barch!
Well, you're not under anyone, so...
In our opinion, we're the most important warren that there ever was.
Okay. Yeah, because we are like some no-name shit-staying clan.
Yeah, but we don't think that.
Yeah, of course.
We're
the big bad clan. Yeah, we're the biggest, strongest, smartest of all the Under Empire. What do you guys think? Is that good?
Says the fact that the sleeper agents glow when scanned for magic.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing the letters should be touching on are the sweeper agents, and that a big bad dwarf wants to exterminate all Skaven, as far as we can tell.
Yep.
And we've no idea why.
Of course. We're not even going to list like a reason why or why we don't know. It just does. As nature, honestly, just by descriptor of Dowie, like that goes hand in hand, because Skaven racial history with the Dowie is that they've always been brutal enemies. They hate each other's guts. So that should be good enough, honestly.
As nature intended.
Dowie and Raki, or whatever they call them, don't get along well. At all. Okay, I think that covers all the bases. So we'll compose a series of letters. How many neighboring warrens are there? Because we need to determine how many letters we need to send out.
Many.
How many? Okay, so instead, we're going to have to, I can't just do it in one go. We'll assign 10 or 12 of our best Skaven for, messenger duty. Not our, storm vermin.
Maybe scan them first, just to be sure there's no info.
Yes, of course. Well, the most...
If we missed any.
Most loyal, right? And then we'll scan them.
They're not wearing matching watches,
Yep. Matching sunglasses. Glowies. Oh, no. But either... Goddamn it, Disco. But either way, we'll... and then we'll basically... This will be the department of... the mailing department of clan or whatever. I don't even know. The post office. The foundation of our communications department has been created today. And they will be in charge of basically mass distributing these letters to warrens. So they're just going to be shipping these letters out repeatedly on auto repeat to every warren neighboring, and then slowly spreading further out.
I see.
12 warrens at a time. That's maybe, 12 warrens per week, then as time goes on, like, per month. It's as good as enough. Hopefully word of mouth travels.
Some of the messengers will be eaten.
Anytime
Either
a
by
messenger
animals.
doesn't check back, a new messenger will be created, or enlisted, or conscripted. Conscripted, okay? To fill this role. But I want a static number of 12 maintained.
No matter the attrition rate, he will mail.
We are the post office clan.
We're gonna get that one warren that just doesn't want to take mail, and they just kill the messenger every time.
Listen, if there's a warren that, like, eventually one of those rats will come back. You know what? Eventually one of them will come back, Hans. Like, that's not a attrition is not a problem, Squeak. We'll get more new rats than that. Plus, I plan to do some infrastructure upgrades next stream. All right, now that we're the post clan, we're gonna be called Clan Comstar at this rate. But we're going to do that.
And message rat.
And that concludes that. Once we've composed enough letters for all of them to be distributed, I'll make a master copy so that we can obviously keep, rewriting it, because every time we have to write more letters. Same crap. And then gather up the rats, and we'll get ready to meet Ludmilla.
Okay. All right.
I guess one thing that Gnarl wanted to talk to Karsnigan about before we go to Ludmilla is, do you think we should bring Scapegoat in case she asks about sneaking that went on earlier?
I ponder for a second and simply say, no, our clan rats would never sneaky squeaky. Wink. I left eye patch for the wink to really drive it home to Gnarl. Different clan must have been.
Probably just wind, though.
Issue is, they did see. They saw something.
Yep, but we're not going to insinuate our clan in anything. Our clan is
Gnarl brought it up,
better,
and
better.
Grey Rat has said his piece.
Clan post office would never do anything. Okay.
Very well.
Oh. Did not mean to do that. I was just trying to move the fucking map.
You betrayed me, Hans. For the last time. Now you must die. Okay.
Interesting to think I could actually click on the boat and get vision on the map.
Why would you expect the boat not to be able to see things?
No, I expected that. My ability to click on it. Because I was just clicking to drag around.
Are we on the map now?
I was sitting on the Zavastra's map.
He's just browsing the big world map. Oh no, you're the little one. I didn't bother opening it until we need the map open.
And then it'll take 10 minutes to load, and Kyle will be like, no.
I refuse.
Now, Ludmilla does actually have an office. I've created an office for her. However, we don't have time to load that, and I'm hoping you're not going to initiate combat. If you are, that'll be next time.
Hold on, let me just really solve this question real quick here. How tall is the building or her office?
Not tall enough to be considered a tower.
Arch is like, I've made all the buildings in the Warhammer world shorter than most towers.
We will
No,
build a tower.
There's an organization that goes around, and all buildings have to be proofed with a sign that says is or is not a tower. Hers definitively
And
has
most of
is
them are
not
not.
tower.
Every time Karsnicket enters the building, he just sees sign not Zephyr's tower. He's like, oh, just sad.
Alright, so we've got time for this before Deb has to be fat and gay somewhere else.
Traitorous. I knew it.
You enter into the warehouse. It is filled with ant-like activity as the thugs bustle to and fro. A bunch of them are clearing out crushed open crates, sweeping up the debris, boarding up the walls and the holes, etc. You can see some scorch marks, but clearly there hasn't been a lot of fire damage going on here. Probably most of the shots were solid shots, and they're simply passed right through the warehouse. And there is the occasional slick of blood as well, as some poor unfortunate bastard stood in the way, presumably, of the cannonball.
I would imagine it's more the swivers that it sends out that would do most of the killing.
Karsnicket will try to hide a smile. Let's see if he succeeds.
Ludmilla herself looks undamaged. She looks quite fine. Pale as always, but decidedly non-vampiric, of course. She does seem a little annoyed, however. She looks up at you with hooded eyes and goes, "There you finally are. Do you have any idea how difficult it has been to get a hold of you?"
Karsnicket
By
just
design.
smiles. A big shit-eating grin. What do you have for us? Squeak. Eyebrows begin to wiggle. Some might even say vibrate. Violently vibrating, even.
That would be disturbing.
That would be disturbing.
Well, she looks around real quick, as if to assure herself that none of the thugs are too close to hear as well. We have an urgent matter. Despite all that's going on here, you need to hurry off into the Schutzen forest as quickly as you can. My spy has been returning from Talabheim with news as to exactly what's going on here, but he should have been here a couple days ago, and he hasn't. He's my most trusted man, and I know he wouldn't fail me. But due to circumstances, I have nobody to send that wouldn't look suspicious.
I stroke my little goatee thing on my face. I assume you refer to the undead ship.
She gives you the most just exasperated, duh, fuck look ever. Like, yes, the ghost ship has been a mild distraction, yes.
Listen, Karsnick's trying to play this off as like, whatever. Like, it's not a big deal to him. It's nothing. Because, again, the whole thing we've been doing with her is impressing her with how insanely skilled we are, like when we slaughtered all those men.
Well, you've impressed her enough to the point where you're being sent on a suicide. Now, wait, hold on. Mission.
Sending me, the great Karsnicket, on a suicide mission. That sounds pretty par for course, actually.
Yes, it does. The last report I got from him was that he had reached Steinhof and was preparing to cross into the Schutzen forest the day after. So he must be in that direction. And you need to hurry. Whatever news he was carrying from Talabheim was of vital importance to the point that he could not send it himself. Now, the city has already been visited by, well, we don't know who yet. The ships. I'm sure you have seen them too. The ones carrying the red and white banners. They claim to have authority, and seeing as they were led straight into the Ataman's hut, it's clearly quite far-reaching. But we don't know what they know yet. It is imperative you gather this information as quickly as possible and hurry back here. Especially before that ship returns.
Alright. Be like, easy enough. Is there anything you can tell us about the person we are searching for?
She gives you like a general description of him should you need to find him in a crowded area.
And then Karsnicket then asks about the path. The paths that these messengers take. And is there any way that I can, any way I can easily move along where they would have gone?
She hesitates on there. Like she clearly
I know
doesn't
she
want
doesn't
to tell
want
you,
to.
but at the same time, she doesn't really have a fucking choice.
Karsnicket emphasizes that he would like to know all possible paths he might have taken from Telebeheim, because, we gotta find him, and the only way to guaranteeably find this lost messenger will be to know any routes he may have taken, any safe houses along the way as well.
Safe houses.
Karsnicket
when I'm looking at the map,
grasping
it's
at information.
just like Zavastra and then Steinhoff.
Listen, any possible different paths Ludmilla has, secret or otherwise, will become ours.
She opens the drawer in her desk and she hands you a compass. That really looks like a compass. However, even to your basic education eyes, there's clearly something wrong with this compass, as the compass needle is not pointing towards the north. This is unusual for a compass.
Karsnicket. Let's see. I can sense its magic in origin, isn't it?
Yes.
Karsnicket knows exactly where this is going.
She explains that the compass is enchanted, so that the arrow will always point down a particular path. And this is equipment that she's only given out to her most trusted men, because it allows them to find predetermined paths through the forest. And it allows them to make all due haste, because whilst the Schutzen Forest is one of the safer forests in the Empire, everything has been going wrong over the last few days. Like, you've been away for about a week now, and coincidentally, plot relevantly, that's about all of the time that things have been going wrong as well. As when the Imperials arrived, the increased activity of everything has gone on. Like, Savastra has seen beastmen on the edge of the forest. They've even chased a few of them off. There's been reports of orcs popping up, and there's been reports of strange ghost ships, which she had, of course, dismissed until it blew up her house. That was difficult to ignore, frankly.
A bit, you don't say.
There's even been reports of Norse raiders coming down the river as well, slipping by at night or infiltrating via the much larger Forest of Shadows. And at this point, she just kind of shrugs and says that normally she would dismiss all of this, because there's always tall tales of sea monsters and raiders and pirates. But with everything that's been happening, she doesn't know what's true and what's fanciful folk tales at this point, so she recommends you be careful. Which is a very dumb thing to do as well. They do this in movies too, when they send people out on blatantly ridiculously dangerous missions and go, be careful. How is this going to help?
I mean, I was considering being stupid, but now that you said it, I'll be careful.
I was planning to attack the Reich as immediately, but now that you mention it, we will take a level of caution.
Gives Rat Hat a side eye.
Scrazzle's like,
I'll just sneak around. You know how it goes. It'll be fun.
Yes, sneak.
Sneak.
I'm not going to look very convinced.
All right, you have yourself a brand new mission, and Dev has his third dinner to worry about.
Yep.
damn, the Dev has betrayed us for the last time, chat. We're gonna have to break his pinky toes as
It's
punishment.
probably not the last time.
Bring the pinky toes for your Dev. Resistant to the last.
He is resistant. It's unfortunate. And yet, he was born this way. Incorrect.
Born incorrect? That's very racist of you, Barge.
It's not racist, it's genetical.
Genetical.
Yes. Geneticists. Alright, we can wrap it up there, and we'll finally get some good, hefty combat next game. Yes.
Got a bit of fan art. Not entirely related. This one's...
Ambush.
Ambush? Oh, why so tiny?
Why is it so tiny? Why did you mess up?
That's a good question. Why is it so tiny? I don't know. That is quite
Why
strange.
did you fail?
Looks like somebody has given our good lad Indio a commission. Don't be afraid if you ever want to commission fan art, Chad, to check out our artists. They're very talented. We've got a new Barch one, and I'm going to see if I can find a bigger version of that. That's tiny. I'm
Kyle's
rotating.
messed up.
And mess up.
It's pretty pathetic.
Looks pretty slick, though. Might have to...
Bread.
I like how Barch has tea. I approve.
Tea and bread.
Also, look how he's holding the cup.
I imagine that's probably how Barch would hold tea.
Barch is very feminine, okay? Do not judge the Barch.
The only difference is Barch would be holding the cup upside down, because tea is disgusting.
Wow. Just because, like, Barch is now enemy.
Right, okay. Time to cancel Barch.
Hot water with flour refuse in it. Jesus Christ.
Time to cancel Barch.
The drink of the weak and the depraved.
I will let Lazy Soda post it in the fan art section himself, because that is his art to post. That means you're responsible, Soda, if you're here. Or if you're watching the VOD. You lazy bastard. Post it in the fan art section or you'll be banned. There, bigger, higher res. Much nice. And Dio has improved. He's come so far. Look at that. Fantastic.
Come so far, and yet it didn't even matter.
Look at you. You're just a Barch. Blonde. Silly. Uneducated, possibly. Is that a bot in chat I see? There are bots squeaking into chat. I thought you had it set to subscriber only. I'm surprised to see that.
Kyle, how did you manage to fail this?
My mouse is being
Where's
broken.
the bop? I don't see a bop.
There's no, and the acrylic one. VUN.RENT. Just trying to put a link there. By the way, chat, if you want to be dumb, type that. Type like that. You'll get banned. It's one way to find out.
Hidden from channel.
There we go.
He's dead. He was murdered. I was gonna do it, Barch. You didn't have to do it.
But you were very slow. And incompetent.
I was,
To be
because
fair,
I need to get my other
YouTube's
computer.
Responses to moderators doing crap
Is
takes
delayed.
a hot minute. It takes like a good 10 seconds for it to actually respond.
Mm-hmm. Mildly annoying.
Cyrillic is definitely a sign of bots, and anyone who is named Cyrillic or anything Russian will have to be eaten immediately. Or Chinese. The problem is I can't tell the difference between Chinese writing and Japanese writing, so regardless, you're just gone. Like, if you're from any Asian country, you're just gone.
If I see mood ruins, you're getting sent back into space.
No.
Where you belong.
Target audience
This
is
is where somebody's gonna pop up and be like, "That was just my name."
That's what you get for effing the wrong name.
No.
That'll teach you.
Rat power.
Power.
Right. Let me get through the super chats real quick, and
Before
There
you
you go.
start, XP?
XP?
Yes, let's get the XP squared.
you didn't fucking kill anything this game.
That's not true.
That's
To be
incorrect.
fair,
There was
Dev
one
committed
burly-
murder
Yeah.
There was one burly shop attendant and his child.
as one small child.
That's true.
Alright. Minus
So I get
two.
extra experience, right?
No, Deb. We don't
This
do
is
it
just
that
like
way.
in World of Warcraft. This is a dishonorable kill. There's minus.
All right, well, Dev, you get the dishonorable kill.
Okay.
Nope.
Every
nope.
civilian.
So I see how it is. If it's good, it's personalized. If it's bad, no, everyone gets it.
Dev no want myself.
I do gotta go though. So what is the EXP?
We get 100 for the session, though, yeah?
You can get 100 from the session, and that's it. Because now you need to go and find a combat encounter.
We gotta throw ourselves into combat. Combat. See, I like just waffling around and doing stuff without having to battle things. So, hey, I don't have to be in danger.
At some point, I need to figure out how to get rid of this
I have to start
leftover
spending.
40 XP, or we need to get 60 somewhere.
Oh, don't worry. I've got 1,000.
I can reduce today's XP.
You see, that doesn't even help because I already have it.
Yeah, see, I have an extra 10 as well.
Yeah, we
Just
got
floating around. I'm sure we'll kill things that give us 10 or something. And
It's gonna be
roll
little
around.
it's gonna be little side objectives.
Yeah.
Desert Hamster was just banned from chat. Interesting.
What? Oh. He is
Okay,
Serbian.
I gotta go.
Take
I'll see you
care,
guys
buddy.
later.
Yeah, Dev. Traitor.
You're adopting my mentality. I'm so proud of you. The minute
Actually,
anyone
there's
leaves.
there's a Streamlab super chat here that's perfectly on point. Dev's stomach says angry rumbling noises.
He's off to have his time to dinner.
Dev's stomach again says, Dev, this is your stomach. Why haven't we had second lunch or small snack like a whole loaf of bread? Remember the good times, Dev? We used to enter eating contests and win first, second, and third place.
See, I feel like
Christ,
Dev
you
just took
prejudice.
like the phrase like dinner time too literally.
Dev
I only have
time.
30 minutes to eat. Okay, what would you?
Dinner time?
I was
Yes,
about
that is
to ask.
precisely between these times.
What would he do if there was leftover food? And then I remembered, oh, it's Dev. There's not going to be any leftover foods.
Well,
There's
that
barely
would
going to be a plate left. It's going to be a
second preference.
Yeah, it's like bold of you to assume there would be leftovers.
most disturbing.
Do you reckon every eating time is like just like an eating contest for Dev? Just like how much can he shovel in the 3 minutes? That's why he doesn't talk to us.
Dev man, hungry man.
Presumably.
Dev man must feed. Wouldn't you think? The Dev boys, hungry boy.
He eats like in a comic where they just shovel food into their mouths.
It's one of those anime eating scenes from like one of those doujinshis. What do you mean? Shoujins. The one with the punchies where they eat lots of food.
You're having a hard time
The
today.
punchies.
The punchies, I forget their name. Rotating microphone to PC number 2, because I'm getting ready to switch. Keep going.
Punchies.
Ooh, microphone is
punchies.
peaking too loud. Let's move that back. How about now? How about now? That's better. And a little bit further back. There. Perfect. My itches.
Lord of the Opossum says, Colts are sucking today. 3-13. Colts versus Jaguars. This is sports. I thought we made sports illegal.
Regrettably not.
That is indeed regrettable.
Indeed.
Lord of the Opossum also says, Dev, please say chat is your PogChamp. Dev left. Because of course he did. We shall have to try and remember that one till next time to try and force him to say it.
He'll say it.
Bug says, in before late and gay, aka Dev and Gibbs. Ha, late and gay. Ha. I kind of like that. You're like a comedy pair. Black 1917 says, Squeck and hail Arch Christ, our fluffy Lord and Saviour. I'd say hi to Dev, but he's never here to hear it. Also, hi Hans, hi Disco. How's Kitty?
Hello.
Kitty is very much in the bad books. I let him in, and he immediately climbed up on my desk, knocked a cup of tea flying, and knocked like the remainder of my dinner flying. And he was only in here like 2 minutes.
Disco was not amused.
He was a very bad boy.
Disco must chastise the cat more effectively, or this will continue to happen. Bug says, despite participating in 13% of the wars, Canadians make up 50% of all war crimes.
It's
I
true.
think it's more like 72%. Black 1917 says, power for rats, pencils for cheeks. Pencil for urethras, yes.
I don't think it's cheeks.
That's quite
And
horrifying.
Howard Welsh, it's called a catch-all. Catch-up, catch-all. Yeah.
Ketchup is bad now. You're welcome, Ketchup. He's like, "Grrr." Look at him, furrowed brow now.
Brow furrowed in ketchup in station. Constantination ketchup station. God, that doesn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped. Oh well, an attempt was made. Lord of the Possum says, Colts lost 11-26. What are the Colts, Kyle? You know this. You live in America.
It sounds like a sports thing.
Kyle has failed me yet again. By DuckDuckGoing, God, I hate that. God damn attempt at a slogan they did. The Google it rolls right off the tongue. DuckDuckGo it has got to be the worst thing ever.
Football.
See, they should have just made it like ducking, because a lot of the
Yeah,
alt-right changed, like if you were swearing, to ducking, so people would accidentally type their brand name all the time.
Look at Dinko figuring out
Yeah,
Dinko
that's
stuff.
not bad.
Colts is like a
Smart.
football thing or something. I don't know. I was in the kitchen, so
I
couldn't
also
hear
like to
me.
point out that that sport isn't football. It's handball, but with extra steps.
Shut your little whore mouth. I don't care.
Yeah, there's not an awful lot of using the foot.
Switching
in that.
monitors for me.
Precisely. They use the foot like once.
Mm.
Nope, it's handball, but with extra steps. Pretty homosexual if you think of it like that. Grow the Dock says, I like to think as arch as looking up the leap rules, Dev Skaven is just hovering in the air, seeing if he falls like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Gravity has not kicked in yet.
True.
But soon.
Soon TM.
Petty Planter Missionary says, how many breeders do you got? May want to consider that. Also, Clan SSPS, Skaven Postal Service. I feel like there's a different, better word for postal service that can be used here. Desert Hamster gets himself banned by posting in Cyrillic. And Black 1917 says, more kitty noises, please.
He is a bad boy. He's not coming back in.
Dinko mad.
He's a really bad boy. Like an entire cup of tea, just like that belong on floor now.
You're just a dinkums. Just, and don't you forget it.
And finally, Don Pete XS says, Lud Miller will get a massive migraine 5 seconds after the party leaves, won't she? Lud Miller has done what she can. She has dispatched the party on a dangerous mission through the forest, so I can finally get some combat going again.
I think we're back in our good books a bit more now. Because she was not pleased with us last time.
A few combat encounters here and there, a couple beastmen warbands.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe
Sounds
some
like Niall
undead.
has a chance to actually utilize his trade.
It sounds like he does.
I need to utilize my XP.
Yeah,
Actually need to.
you people with their like
Nah, I'm
above
gonna
100
corner
plus
box at some
XP
point this
pools.
week about maybe taking the engineer class finally.
God.
I
Happiness.
do have wireless headphones, IDW. I just don't have a wireless mic.
Ah,
I've got a
Covet our
mount.
Kyle strikes back.
So I was just waddling away. I could hear everything that was said. That's why when I was trying to respond with Colts and then Arch didn't say anything, I'm like, yep. Too far away. Too far.
Because of course he knows about this silly handball thing.
Yeah, but
We were
that's
talking about sport.
my
ball.
family liked. Well, my mom's side likes sports a lot, and so I remember like watching NASCAR on the telly and was like, "Oh God, no disco! I'm adapting your dumb version of Teletubby. No, the television.
Yeah, the Tabbies.
Disco's made me retarded. Help me.
I think
Yeah.
you were retarded all by yourself, Kyle.
The
You did not need my help.
the Teletubbies. And I remember being annoyed because I was like, I just want to play the Nintendo 64. And they're watching cars drive in circles. Disco.
It's funner like that, though, if the cars drive in circles.
Funner. Barch, you little fucking illiterate pig dog. Somebody make more video games. I don't have any video games anymore, Arch. Ignore that number.
No?
Yes.
No.
You know what it's like. You understand me.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You do.
And just as I figured, one sneaks in at the end there because people like doing this to me. On Streamlabs, Dev's Stomach says, I remember when Dev took us on a vacation to Africa. We dressed up as a starving Ethiopian and ate all the TGE food supplied to the village we visited. We might have started a famine or two. Good times. Good times.
Before you did that, a cursed bit of fan art squeaked in at the end.
Cursed fan art?
That's what the artist himself said, the person who drew it.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on. Where's Discord? Why can't I send it to you guys? There we go. Just open it.
Except Kyle's now lost it.
I have it. Just waiting for it.
Work harder, Kyle.
It's in general. It didn't want to embed on there. No.
No.
Click it.
On the stream. It's wiggly.
I told you, the eyebrows were wiggling violently.
It does wiggle.
It does.
Well, we can end on a happy note today then, with the wiggly eyebrows. Until next time, thank you all very much for watching and for your generous donations, and we will see you all again next week. It'll be glorious. I'll kill the party, or at the very least, I will kill one of the party. That is my goal, and that is what we are going to go for.
Sorry,
He's probably gonna
Scrazzle.
stab since he's gonna run off and start combat when he's supposed to be
It
sleeping.
is very likely that it will be Dev. Or it'll be Disco, because when I cast one of those spells, she'll finally be sucked into the warp.
Screaming.
I'll grab your tail and play in. I will not go down alone.
Into the warp. Or the Warp Adventures campaign can begin then.
Finally, we can play 40k again.
Rats are teleported to the 40k universe. Oh no.
It took us a while to get Skaven in space, but here we are.
Finally. At long last. Alright, have a good day, everyone, and we'll see you again next week. I can't have it, look!
What?
Kyle, did you hit the button?
No, not yet.
Good. Black917 says, George is a good boy who does nothing wrong. There you go.
That is lies and slander.
Now, you may hit the button.